check. That shit. Get 'em, Jimmy, where Loshak at? The bottles getting empty up the crack and we stacking chips, all of it's what I want. Plus money winners, that's what I'm on. You can say I'm gone. I prefer elevated pub sports radio. Time to get educated, get produced, lead the juice, letting loose with so much abuse that the bookies wanna call a truce. They getting slaughtered. Can't forget Jeff and low baggers in the chat. That's a lethal weapon 'cause we be pubbing.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Pub Sports Radio. His name's Jimmy the Bag. My name's Peter Loshak. This is the Loshak in the Bag show. Jimmy the Bag. I guess I don't have. People disparaged my background with my door with 5 locks on it. But now when you got this, it looks a little bit better. But I moved my table. I didn't have time to move it back. But what's most important is how you look is your garb, right? And I think I look pretty cool, Jimmy the Bag. I don't know if you remember, but last show I kind of let it slip that I was wearing a vintage Bugle Boys shirt, and I said I'm just going to wear that until I have a losing day. And I did have a winning day last week, didn't I, Jimmy the Bag?
You certainly did.
All right, so we're wearing it again. This is vintage from the 80s or maybe even earlier, Bugle Boy. And again, man of my word, I'm going to wear it until I have a losing day, which could be never. Who knows? You never know what the future will bring, Jimmy the Bag. I'm back from Vegas. I did get COVID. I have COVID right now, which is no, it's all right. It's okay. I'm hanging in there. I'm slogging in there. And this is the one where it was like I didn't feel too physically sick, but it was very fatiguing. But I'm good. I'm good here, Jimmy the Bag. I think we're going to have a pretty good show. And Jimmy the Bag, I just saw on Twitter, you're up plus 20.89 units since the All-Star break.
Yeah.
That can't be true, but I know you're very transparent and honest. Is that true?
It's very, very much true.
Wow. Tell us a little bit more about that, Jimmy the Bag. How's this been happening?
I had that horrific week right before All-Star break.
Mm-hmm.
And, I had a really nice break. I just let, stop. I guess, when you start losing, it weighs on your shoulders. You risk more.
Sure.
You reach more.
You become risk averse.
Important break. We came back on the Friday. I started that first Friday back. I went 6-2 on that first Friday, and I just started rolling and thinking, tightening everything up, less quantity of action, and just feel quite confident right now. Feel real confident with my reads, and very, very excited. I'm pumped up, and this is the time. This is our last little bit of time where we can focus solely on baseball. We got college football popping off here in a second, NFL after that, and then it's just the hardcore intensity with NBA, NHL, and NCAA comes in November. So this is like the last little bastion of focus we can put on one sport. And I'm very thankful to be stacking chips. And it's the cappers in the chat, and we're all winning together. We're all running nice right now. And it just, it feels very good. I'm sorry to hear you have COVID. I do have some really good news for the chat. Our guy Von Polo was in the hospital with COVID. It was a real rough. Real rough. It was very, it was touch and go. We were thinking about him and sending him prayers and positivity, and he has turned the corner. He's getting better. He's going to be home soon. So we're just so excited. So Von Polo, we have a bright future, a rich future capping together, and he's got such a beautiful family. And his wife is so strong. She's been so strong throughout all of this. So just a big shout out to the Von Polo family. And we're just really happy that you're going to be coming home. And we love you, man. So that's great news from our guy, Von Polo. Yeah.
That's great. I trade any winning units for news like that. And huge shout out to the entire Low Bag family. These guys, putting aside the fact that they're all great guys.
Oh, there he is. He's right there. He's in the chat.
Shout out to Von Polo.
He's right there. I'm back, not 100%, but I'm here. There he is, right there. Man. Oh yeah, that's wonderful. Wonderful news. Yeah.
I was just gonna say the fucking handicappers, Big Ragu, Dami Gun, the DJ Big Boss, Nutflush Allen. These guys fucking if you listen to them, they fucking know what they're talking about repeatedly. Jimmy the Bag. You know what I'm saying? Those guys, it's unbelievable what some of them do.
And we have such a great fam here. And speaking of great news, yesterday was Matty Ice's son Briggsy's 3rd birthday.
Very nice.
And man, Briggsy's God, I can't wait. We're all kind of. He feels like he's a child of the Loshak family as well. So, and he's going to be a big boy. He's going to be a baseball player for sure. And so, I want to give a big happy birthday to Briggsy. Matty I says, "Good morning, Loshak Nation. Pete, can I get a birthday pick for my boy Briggsy, who turned 3 yesterday? You both, this show and the chat, got me through all those tough hospital days. Loshak equals family."
Hell yeah, absolutely. Let me write that down for Briggs. Is that the request?
Yes, it's for Big Briggsy. So we'll have a birthday pick. By the way, finally and we're actually plus units now overall. We did cash our. Jose's been calling it friends and family parlay. We did cash our best bet parlay on Friday at plus 522. So finally cut off the schneid there. A shout out to all you guys joining us. I'm really excited to cap the card here today. Viper MB in the house is what up, fam? 2-0 yesterday. Needed to bounce back. He's on San Diego first 5 -1/2 and Blue Jays first 5 -1/2 thus far. The Kikuchi fade was too easy yesterday. Isn't it just too fucking easy, Pete? Easy.
I think I missed that one. Damn it! You guys all knew about that?
Oh yeah, and well, Jordan Lyles at home too. He did allow a home run, but he'd allowed 1 home run at home, 15 on the road, and the Jays just aren't ripping the leather off the ball.
Right.
It was a very easy, comforting situation.
Oh, the Baltimore game. Fuck yeah. That one I capped it, and I was like, Baltimore is obviously the play here. Didn't pull the trigger on it though. Isn't that frustrating, Jimmy the back? I knew it from the first moment I laid eyes on that game to the bottom of the 9th inning or the top of the 9th inning. Fucking couldn't pull the trigger on it. I think I'm just a little bit afraid of fading Toronto irrationally.
I enjoy it. I enjoy like Dennis Garcia's been fading him every game for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he says, and I agree with him, he says, I look at the Toronto Blue Jays and I see a flawed baseball team. That's what Dennis Garcia says, and he's been richly rewarded. Now, I don't think they should be faded when Kauffman is on the mound. I think he's the best pitcher in the American League, personally. Dom Play says, I need 3 unders. Well, we can find you those unders.
We can find you that. No problem today.
Professor Chris coming off a 3-0 day. Absolutely great work. There's our guy, Ick Schnizzle in the house. AJ, Nut Flush Allen giving birthday love to Briggsy. There's Tori Coker, Ryan Mueller, Jason Prince, J Dub. Nut Flush Allen says, just a heads up, I will have some plays in NFL team totals that will be gold. Before the market
Nutflush Allen, I would just like to take a couple of seconds to thank Nutflush Allen for the fate of KC last Tuesday. Reading Nutflush Allen's comments, I realized, oh my God, last Tuesday the White Sox are a huge play here. Didn't even think of that until the video, until before the video, and after reading Nutflush Allen's comments, there wound up huge on the White Sox. That was my contribution to the parlay that day. Shout out to Nutflush Allen for that particular pick last Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely. Christopher Commentini, Jedi for Life, says, last week felt like a week-long prostate exam, but had my first winning night in the week last night, and I'm ready to keep it going. There's Danny Lopez in the house. LJ from H-Town. Tori Coker says, trying to flip 300 to 7,500, trying to propose to my girlfriend.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Trying to propose
Very
to my
nice.
girlfriend. Sammy Calmer, ready to get to work. Maddie Icy, any tune. Johnny Gunn says, love these big cards. Let's get to work, gent. Serious business. L. Ryan, nice to have Yenny Tune back rolling with us. Sharon Pulliam, saturated. Nasty Nate. Brian Watson's on Philly -1. The Mets -1. There's Jay Peasy. Says, Padres are terrible. Wood still sucked. Padres just that bad. Yenny Tune says, I tailed Jimmy Cubs first 5 under yesterday. Also catch with the Yankees. Yeah, I love that first 5 under. I love the breakdown of the Pirates Diamondbacks game that we did yesterday. That was excellent. I got a chance to be on Jose's show. Say hey plays just 3 and 2 day, but any day in the black is a good day. Tori Coker wishing you a speedy recovery. Great to see Vaughn Polo back in business. There's Alex Gagnon. Hope he's got a can of sardines in front of him. Bruce Shad. What a great group, man. Ready to attack it all. Ready to attack. Joey Marinaccio says Bruce Shad's going hard at Ron. Let's not. Let's with us working together. Let's just be as positive as possible. Ron is a big part of our family here, Loshak family, and always has been. And you don't have to respect how everybody caps and things like that, but it is important for us to be positive and preach positivity to each other, because this is a really tough thing that we're trying to do, beating the books. And, we work together, and we're a fam here. So let's try and be as positive as possible. I'm ready to get to work. Are you ready to get to work, Pistol
Yes,
people?
I am definitely ready to get to work. I was looking over yesterday. So you had yesterday, I did have a winning day yesterday, and you know why? Because I was all over the Mets -1. I didn't care about the juice, but you had that Pittsburgh Arizona game capped correctly. See, I laid off that one as well.
Well, you know what I've been doing? There was really sharp cappers and sharp money on the Pittsburgh Pirates, and
Right.
I did not want to fade Zach Gallen. So the fact that there was all the sharp money on the Pirates told me that BD was going to have a nice start and the Pirates were going to pitch well. So it was a first 5 under slam dunk.
Smart as hell. Yeah, I wanted to. The numbers told me Pittsburgh, but the spot told me stay way off Pittsburgh, so I wound up staying off the game. That was the play, Jimmy the Bag. I couldn't, but then anyway. Great analysis of yesterday's game. I passed.
It's been working. It's been working. These spots where there's sharp money on the side that I'm afraid to move on.
Yes.
On a big dog, it tells me that big dog was going to pitch well. We saw it on Friday with the Glenn Otto Dylan Cease start. There was all this sharp money on the Rangers. The total went from 8 to 7.5. It was screaming that Glenn Otto was going to have a nice start. Now you could trust the Rangers as a big dog, or just Cease is going to pitch well. Just move on the under. So I've been using that ideology quite a bit, and it has been working. It has been working.
That was kind of my thoughts on the Jacob deGrom start against Washington, where Washington won. Same deal there. Yeah. Wow. Very nice, Jimmy the Bag. Yeah, I had the White Sox in that one, first 3 and first 5. Got bailed out a little bit. Cash with the first 5. Push.
Our guy, Big Show in the house, says a weight loss update for the week. He is doing a very, very difficult task to lose weight here at our age, and he down only 1 unit this week. It was a rough week. He had to put down his dog, a 14-year-old pup that was so close with him, and then he had his birthday. And even with those two things happening, he still lost a unit, and he's still here letting us know so that we can give him all of the positive thoughts. We believe in you, Big Show. We know the difficult task at hand, and we believe in you. And it also keeps his accountability going. So it's great. I respect it very, very, very much. Rocco Rogers ready to go. And sorry, Rocco Rogers. He was leaning Yanks heavy, and I did move on the Mariners. And I found out after I made the bet that the Yankees were the taint play of the day. Had I known, I would not have been on the Mariners, and I would have had a 3-in-1 day. But these things happen. JPZ Vipe, everybody's ready to rock and roll. We have a huge card ahead of us, Pete. Shall we hit it?
Yeah, let's go.
We start at 4:10 p.m. Eastern. Pitchers just faced each other. This is the beginning of the doubleheader between the White Sox and the Royals. We're going to open our show with 2 pitchers who just faced each other in Lance Lynn and Brady Singer. And we are going to close the show with 2 pitchers that just faced each other in Garrett Cole and Luis Castillo. And we'll have a lot of work done in between. Here is the double dip. We're going to talk about both spots. Kauffman Stadium in Kansas City, Missouri. I'm going to get the weather up here right now. Lance Lynn going up against Brady Singer. Brady Singer's been so good. He has been so good. And
Lance, is there even a line on this game, Jim? Or confirmation that those are the starting pitchers for game 1?
You were right. Let me go to RotoWire and see if I can, because I know that the 4 pitchers are Lynn, Singer, and probably Davis Martin and Jonathan Heasley. But we don't know who is going to go where. RotoWire has the White Sox Royals. Jeffrey Blue says, what was the mile per hour for Jose yesterday? Had to eat chicken wings with wife and missed it. We will show that today. We did have our Jose Bouquet with the radar gun, and we filmed it. So that will be here. Ricky Bobby says, I don't even see this game on the books. Should we just – I feel like we should discuss the pitchers and discuss the situation a little bit and not just move right past it, Pete.
Tim Anderson out for game 1, but I believe will be in for game 2. Yeah, why don't we just discuss the teams very briefly, and then at the end of the baseball segment, if there's a lineup, make it the last game we do.
Yeah. You know what? That's a good idea. That's a good idea. We can come
There
back.
you go.
Later.
Good for something, Jimmy.
See if it's been announced. Mark Tequila, the singer, has been awesome lately, but don't be fooled by his last outing, giving up 4 runs. It was interrupted by rain. I'd throw out his last start. That was 6 innings, 11 hits, 4 runs, 1 homer, 3 Ks at the White Sox, going up against Lance Lynn, who looked good. Lance Lynn on the road this year, 0-2, 7.91 ERA, 341 opponents, batting average. And the White Sox are starting to hit righties a little bit, and the White Sox bullpen has been quite good of late. We have Davis Martin, who will be one of the pitchers that the White Sox throw out today, 25-year-old, 14th round pick in the 28th draft out of Texas Tech. Jonathan Heasley was picked 1 round before him in the 13th round out of Oklahoma State. Neither of these pitchers were highly thought of prospects. The last appearance for Davis Martin wasn't a start. Last appearance was okay, 3 1/3, 2 earned runs, and 7-3 loss home to the A's. His last start was July 12th. He went 6 innings, 8 hits, 4 earned runs, 3 Ks, 2 walks, and a 4-1 loss at Cleveland. And Jonathan Heasley's last 2 starts have been ugly, and he's been bad at home all year long. 1-4, 7.04 ERA, 290 opponents, batting average. The weather in Kansas City, 5.3 miles per hour in, 84 Fahrenheit, 5.3 miles per hour in. There's a lot of guessing here on what Jose's speed is going to be here in this video, and we will talk about it. L. Ryan teasing Jose to 61 miles per hour at plus 425. There's a lot of interest in young Jose Bouquet. Do you have any feel on Davis Martin or Jonathan Heasley if we see them on the mound today?
Not really. I believe Heasley is generally a guy who I'm looking to fade. Although the White Sox, are a little bit sluggish offensively, still good, but tend to be overvalued. Casey, I think right now tends to be a little bit undervalued. So we'll see where the lines are when the lines come out. But yeah, in general, White Sox good. I feel like they're a little bit overvalued right now, more often than not. Casey, kind of crappy, but I feel more often than not undervalued a bit. So we'll just see what the lines are, what the starting pitching assignments are, what the lineups are when they come out.
Yes, let's do exactly that. Is this really going to be happening here for me? Sorry, let me see if I can get I should have. Okay, it's not going to be happening. All right, I'm going to have to get a new. God. And okay. I know where I'm going to go. I'm going to know where I'm going to go. But that is the double dip. So not a lot of help here, and a lot of talk about Jose's speed here. Jose, I think there's enough talk for us to play this video right now. Jose Bouquet. We'll see if Jose is. 62. He's got nice form.
I mean, effectively wild. You know what I'm saying? I would be afraid to dig my heels in against that. Sure. Effectively wild, deceptively slow.
Okay, there he is. Was that even Jose? I'm not even sure if that was Jose. I'm pretty sure that was Jose out there firing away. Let's keep rolling, but Jose did crack 60 miles an hour for all of us. TJ Mizzy said, now that's an athlete. Right? All right, 7:05 p.m. Eastern, Miami Marlins 49-59, 26-31 on the road at the Philadelphia Phillies, 16-48, 30-25 at home. We're at Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. Let's see what we are dealing with for a weather situation. Humid, very humid, 89 Fahrenheit, feels like 101, 9.2 miles per hour left to right, dies down to 6, stays left to right throughout. I'm going to pull up a different site for line history. So why don't I just set the table and then I'll get sports insights and the line history. Braxton Garrett going up against Zach Wheeler. Braxton Garrett 2-5, 3.88 ERA, 1.16 WHIP, 66 Ks and 14 walks and 58 innings, just 5 home runs allowed. His last start was impressive, 5 2/3, 3 hits, 2 earned runs, 11 strikeouts and 2 walks, and a 2-1 loss at home versus the Reds. On the road, he's been a little worse than he has been at home. 2-3, 4.23 ERA, 236 opponents batting average. Going up against Zach Wheeler, who's been unbelievable at home this year. 5-2, 1.58 ERA, 183 opponents batting average. There's a 2.69 ERA, 1.01 whip on the season. Coming off a beautiful start at the Braves against a tough Atlanta lineup, 7 innings, 1 earned run, solo shot. The Phillies are 247, 727 OPS versus righties, and their bullpen has been slipping once again. Talk to me about this spot here, Pete. Marlins, Phillies.
Well, I did take a shot with Philly -1 and Miami first 5 team total under, even at 1.5. Just small shots as of right now. In Philly's last series against Washington, I had Philly in all of those games. Kind of an obvious move, but whatever cashes is what you got to do. And I statistically see no reason to believe that Wheeler isn't likely to have another strong start here. Garrett's good. But again, Philly is just much better offensively, at least according to my numbers here, than Miami. Wheeler should be a half notch better than Garrett here, and so I don't know if I want to make him official, but I did take Philly -1 at the opening line. Also took Miami first 5 team total under at 1.5 when it came out, and that's what I did, Jim.
This opened up at Bet365 4:22 p.m. yesterday at -230. And that's exactly where it is right now. Mm-hmm. Even though 90% of the tickets and 95% of the cash, 7,969 tickets in, are on the Phillies.
Yeah, I don't relish fading Garrett at this line for sure. And I bet sized very appropriately, which means small in this spot.
There's been a 5-cent move to the under from 7.5 -105 to -110. But 61% of the tickets and 72% of the cash are on the over. All of this makes me uncomfortable.
Yeah.
All of this I deem a red flag worthy and don't want to be involved. The fact that the market's not moving towards the Phillies, then you would say, well, wouldn't that say that Braxton Garrett's going to have a nice start? Yes. But then having bigger bets on the over kind of muddies the situation and makes me not want to move on it. I have not made a move on anything. I've not bet anything so far on this card. I was going to talk everything out. So Brian Watson says Marlins can't hit. Jeffrey Blue is on that under. Sean Pulliam's on Philadelphia first 5 -1/2. All that makes sense, but I don't want it, and I'm not interested in it. Do you want to make anything official here, Pete?
I guess not right now. The closest I would be taking Miami first 5. I did bet that one first 5 under 1.5 -140, but I think for now I will hold off.
Dabby Cab says, by the way, if anybody missed Pete on the daily sesh, he had me laughing 2 tears. Set the bar high.
Hell yeah. And fucking shout out to Dabby Cab in Vegas. He liked that friggin' Toronto first 5. Don't think I missed that or forgot about it, Dabby Cab. I was on Tampa Bay first 5. Dabby Cab was on Toronto first 5 -1/2. Dabby Cab cash. Shout out to you, Dabby Cab. Similar to Jose's pitching, deceptively effective. Dabby Cab's handicapping. Shout out to you.
Let's talk about those Toronto Blue Jays. Let's talk about those Blue Jays. 7:05 p.m. Eastern. Toronto Blue Jays 60-49, 26-28 on the road at the Baltimore Orioles. 57-52, 32-21 at home. Camden Yards in Baltimore, Maryland. I cashed on the Orioles and Kyle Bradish in his last start, and I said that the same thing happened to Tristan McKenzie last year. Tristan McKenzie had a really bad first half. They sent him down to the minors for about 5 weeks. He came back up, and he was very good. He wanted to be back in the show. And Kyle Bradish, 4th-round pick out of New Mexico State, is a highly thought-of pitcher with a ton of potential who's been very bad this year. So he comes back after about 5.5 weeks in the minors, and he has 2 good road starts. Now, those opponents weren't the Toronto Blue Jays, who are hitting .267 with a .770 OPS versus righties. That's all well and good. Kyle Bradish has never had a good start at home. At home, he's got a 6.75 ERA, and opponents are hitting .333 against him. Matty Ice says for full game under 8.5 here. Danny Toon says Blue Jays -1. Viper says Blue Jays first 5 -1/2 at -110. Already locked it in. They should bounce back here. Let's take a look at the line movement and the cash and the weather. Charm City, home of our Vaughn Polo, who's getting healthier by the second. Going to be back home with his family where he belongs, out the hospital. 89 Fahrenheit, feels like 101. Hot, 7.4 miles per hour left to right. Then by the 2 hours in, it's 6.3 miles per hour in. Also, rain and humid. Rain after about an hour. I'm going to go to the actual weather report and go hourly and see when that rain is supposed to hit. Alek Manoah, 2.43 ERA, 219 opponents batting average on the road. His road home splits, it doesn't matter. He's just a bulldog out there, coming off a 9-3 win at Minnesota when he went 6 innings, allowed 2 earned runs. And let's take a look at the line history here for Jays Orioles. There's been a 5-cent move to the over and a 20-cent move to the Baltimore Orioles. A 20-cent move to the Orioles. Let's see if the cash follows that here. We have, I'd say, 25% line value on the Baltimore Orioles, 18% of the tickets, 16% of the cash on the Orioles, and a 20-cent move towards them. 23% of tickets and 83% of cash on the under. I think I'm ready to make moves on this, Pete. I'm going to probably move on this first 5 under.
Mm-hmm.
And that's it. That's it. I do not want the Toronto Blue Jays. I do not all this money on them and the market moving in the opposite direction. I do not want. Sammy Comer says, why are the Jays with Manoah only minus 150 and the market moving towards the Orioles? Take it away here, Pistol Pete Loshak. An interesting game here in the AL East.
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much said it. I have not bet this one yet, but I was definitely leaning no run in the first 3 under, first 5 under. Of course, Bradish is the big question mark, and I think Manoah's a small question mark as well. His last 2 starts are less good. I definitely wanted to talk this out with you in the comment section before I made a decision on it. But were Manoah's last 2 starts, speed bumpy, or do you think that maybe he's wearing down a little bit? I asked the tough questions.
I don't think he's wearing down. I just think, there's a lot of tape on him now, and
sure,
he's a really good pitcher. I mean, he's not a top 5 pitcher in the league. I don't think he's certainly having a year that would say that he is. He's a hell of a pitcher, and he's going to step up in the most important moments. And he's not afraid of the bright lights and the sold out seats. But I think he's pitching fine. He's pitching good. I mean, that was a quality. Now 4 walks in that 9-3 win at Minnesota, but
yeah, concerning a bit.
Craig Wood says, I don't fade the Orioles at this time, just a team on a mission. Bo Jackson says, Manoah has not won his last 2 starts. I mean, I like that last start. 6 innings, 2 hits, 2 earned runs. Now, I lost the Jays' first 5 minus a half in his last start. They had opportunities to score on the Twins. They didn't get to him until later in the game. Craig Wood says, Jays first 5, Orioles full game. Dabby Cap says, I got Toronto first 5 run line again here. Says he's riding with Manoah even though they're begging me to. Says Manoah is a bulldog, I'll ride.
He is. And Bradish, I wanted to take no run in the first inning, but his last 2 starts, which were good, he actually gave up a run in each of those first innings. That's obviously a tiny sample size, but it's definitely a little bit concerning. I think Bradish will probably be okay, though, at least for a few innings. Right, Jim?
Well, look, Lit Pix is what's stopping Bradish from getting lit up again. Bradish is not being lit up since he came back from the minors. He's not being lit up, and I've made money off him, and I don't see why I wouldn't continue to make money off of him. This Jays lineup doesn't scare me either. Since coming back from the minors, he's thrown 10 innings, allowed 3 earned runs, 12 strikeouts, 3 walks. He's allowed 8 hits in 10 innings. What's to stop? Bradish seems to me like a different pitcher. Greg Wood says the Jays bats are sleepy right now. There's our guy DX Filer in the house. Viper NCMB says Jays 30-18 after a loss. So for me, if I mean, look at this market, Pete. I mean, this market is with reverse line movement, all this money on the Jays, and they're making the Jays even more appealing for bettors.
All right, Jim, if it loses, it's okay. At Pinnacle right now, no run in first inning, minus 101. You can make that official. I know Bradish has been questionable in the majors overall, and even in his last 2 starts, which were good, he gave up a run in each of those 2 innings. If it loses, that's okay. I suspect that if he gets hit this time, it's going to be, third or fourth or fifth inning, something like that. No run first inning, minus 101.
Well, let's just go before I decide to do this for sure. Let's just go to the Baltimore hourly weather here. Hourly AccuWeather. Let's go AccuWeather here and see what we are dealing with. So the rain is supposed to start right around game time. So 47% chance of precipitation.
All right. Without Springer, Pete, I really like that from Matty Ice. Hell yeah.
All right. Fanatical Jim says, I think the books don't know what to do with the O's. Seems like the lines are always all over the place. Armchair MMA says the Orioles won last night, but it was literally because of Gooch. Gooch! He says, had he not walked the guys before the home run, it would have been a very tight game. All right. Well, I am going to move on the first 5 under 4.5. First 5 under 4.5. And hopefully the rain doesn't mess this up. But I'm comfortable with it. All right. If you had a choice between the first 5 under 4.5 or the full game under 8.5, what would be your move?
Oh, no question. First 5.
Yes, because the Baltimore bullpen can be trusted, but the Jays can't. Matty Ice is on that as well. The minus 110 on the first 5 under 4.5. Beautiful. All right, so we're on the board. Loshak is on no run first inning, minus 101, and I will be moving on the first 5 under 4.5. All right, let's roll. 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Atlanta Braves 64-46, 27-24 on the road at the Boston Red Sox 54-56, 26-27 at home. And Lit Picks, I get it. Look, Bradish has been destroyed at the major league level. He went down to the minors for 6 weeks, and he's been much better. It's just that simple to me. So I put a line through everything that he's done thus far, except for these last 2 starts, and I cashed with him against the Rangers in that 6-3 win. So I hear you can have concern. And look, if Bradish was to get lit up here, it wouldn't be a shock.
And that's exactly what I was going to say. Bradish could easily give up 4, and Manoah shuts him out, and you still cash your under 4.5.
Yeah. But I'm nervous. I just don't. I can understand why Dennis Garcia is fading the Toronto Blue Jays every game right now, and I respect it. All right, the taint play of the day is in. I repeat, taint is in. Pete, we had some trademark issues with our taint play of the day video, so now we have new music for taint. New music.
I like it better, even better than before, if that was possible.
Oh, fuck, man. I don't know why it gets me so...
Ain't that funky? Hell yeah. Much better than before. Definitely.
Taint play of the day is the Atlanta Braves first 5 minus a half at minus 115. The taint play of the day is in, going to fade Jimmy's favorite pitcher. I tell you what, if Kyle Bradish has another nice start, he's going to be on the list for my favorite pitchers. But we have Dick Mountain, Rich Hill on the bump for the Boston Red Sox. And is it possible that could we have taint and producer Jose Bouquet joining us for this Red Sox breakdown? Is that in the cards? There he is. He's nonplussed today, Pete. He's nonplussed.
No shit. Once again.
Yeah. He's
no velocity, no plus. Nonplussed, non-heat.
My arm still fucking hurts too.
Okay. Braves 64-46, 27-24 on the road at the Boston Red Sox, 54-56, 26-27 at home. We're at Fenway Park in Boston, Massachusetts. Let's see the weather in Boston. There's Guillermo Zertucci in the house. The weather at Fenway And we're just a little over 5 weeks before Jose will be on these hallowed grounds of Fenway Park. 6.6 miles per hour in, goes up to 8.2 miles per hour in. Opens up 81 Fahrenheit, feels like 86 Fahrenheit. Take a look at the line history here in this Red Sox Braves spot, Morton versus Hill. There's been a 10-cent move to the Braves, and there has been a 5-cent move to the under. A 5-cent move to the under 9.5, 10-cent move to the Braves. Go over to Sports Insight, see if that all correlates. And we have very slight line value on the Braves, 5% maybe. 6,582 tickets in, 78% of tickets, 82% of cash on the Braves, 64% of tickets, 57% of cash on the over. So there are some bigger bets coming in on the under. The question is, which Charlie Morton are you going to get? Because at home, he's very good. On the road, 4.82 ERA, 263 opponent's batting average. Same can be said about Rich Hill, but the opposite. On the road, he's very good. At Fenway, he gets lit up and smoked. 6.49 ERA, 300 opponents batting average. Braves are raking against lefties. Red Sox aren't showing power versus righties. Braves bullpen is much, much better than the Red Sox bullpen. Let's hear from our Jose Bouquet. Take it away, Jose. Braves and your Red Sox in play. Okay, let's hear from Peter Loshak here. We've had Jose's breakdown on his Red Sox. What are you thinking here, Pete? Braves, Red Sox.
Yeah, it seems super obvious, but I did take. I took the Braves -1. I took the Braves team total over, and now that the first halves and first threes are out, I'm leaning Braves. First 3 team total over. First 5 team total over, which I actually did bet already at 2.5. And yeah, which Morton are you going to get? I mean, the Red Sox. It's not just the fate of Hill, right? They're just kind of a mess, right? They got that guy Duran in center field, and he's fucking up. It just seems like a team that's just fucking up all different ways. The Braves are solid. Morton is a big question, of course. Sometimes he's strong. Sometimes he gives up 4 or 5. I'm hoping we get the strong Charlie Morton here one more time. The wind angled in a little bit makes me, it's not great to see when it comes to taking the Atlanta team total overs, but I already bet him and I'm okay with it. So yeah, I'm all over the obvious ways to bet this game. Atlanta -1, I bet it. Atlanta team total overs, I bet them. That's what I did, Jim.
And you taint Braves first 5 -1/2. So
yeah,
that
spreadsheets also the Braves as well.
Oh really?
No shit.
Oh, there it is right there. Ron Crawford spreadsheet play today. Wow. So the record, Pete, when taint and spreadsheet are together is unbelievable.
Really?
I believe it's actually at 8-0. Wow. Taint and spreadsheet correlating action from our Ron Crawford and Matty Ice. Wow. Jose, what are your thoughts here with your Boston Red Sox? Because your Sox have good numbers against Morton. Hill has good numbers against the Braves, although the Braves smash lefties, and Hill can't pitch at Fenway for whatever reason. What are your thoughts here?
This is my least favorite Red Sox team. I'm not even going to count the COVID year because obviously that was a fake Mickey Mouse year. So this is my least favorite Red Sox team since the Bobby Valentine year. Jarren Duran is just abjectly horrible. He's the worst defensive outfielder I've ever seen. It's just truly terrible. And in the last game, he started going back at it against some Royals fans, and he tried to say that they're throwing caps at him. The people of Kansas City obviously are known for being a very aggressive, angry fan base. So I'm sure that really happened. This team sucks. JD Martinez is unfortunately washed up. Xander Bogaerts not hitting for power. Rafael Devers can't do everything by himself. Rich Hill is closer to the age of Joe Castiglione, the Red Sox radio announcer that's been there for 40 years, than me. So ultimately, I fucking hate this team, and they're gonna get their ass stomped in this. And they play the Orioles in a 1-game series this week too. They're gonna fucking bitch slapped by them too. So fuck this team. This team sucks dick.
Wow. Are you moving on the Braves?
No, I'm not moving on the Braves. I will say that now, because one, I am the coldest capper on the interwebs. A crisp. Pete, you want to hear this, Pete?
Yeah.
You got your socks on for this, Pete?
Sure.
4-20 in my last 24 bets, down 18.1 units since August 5th. That was like 3 days ago. So it has been a fall, and I am in the depths of depression. It is unfortunate when you get a hit with a 1-2 combo of you get a call waking you up from a lovely sleep. I actually slept pretty decently after I went to sleep at 4 a.m. But I woke up to people at Nissan, of course, calling me, telling me my car. Thank you, Ron, that my car would not be ready this whole month. So I'm not going to have my car for this whole month again. On top of that, you check Twitter, and the first thing you see is, Chris Sale cannot ride his bicycle, breaks his fucking wrist. Done for the year because he's made of fucking paper mache. Unbelievable. This fucking team is cursed, and I want to kill myself. So.
All right, Jose Bouquet. You know, that's what happens when you take those huge dogs. You can always flip it up and do what I do. -1, -220. I guarantee you win at least 50% of those.
He's still up double digits on the season.
Exactly. It's there you go.
The ebbs and flows are very difficult, and the losses hurt more than the wins feel good. But he's had a great season, and there's no reason. This is just a bump in the road. I expect him to deliver here.
Pete, should I just start eating the juice? Should I just join the ranks?
No, I'm kidding around. But
-200 money lines, -345s. Fuck it.
You know, look at me now. 6-4 over my last 10. Sure, I'm down 3 units despite going 6-4 over my last 10. But look at me now, baby. Listen, no. But the truth is, statistically, if you take big underdogs, you expect much higher volatility than if you don't take big underdogs. So that's what you're going through right now, Jose Bouquet. If you're 4-20 over your last 24 and still up double-digit units on the year, all jokes aside, you're doing something close to right, or possibly awesomely right, Jose Bouquet.
I will admit the Reds mentally broke me again. I've been mentally broken several times this week, whether it's by Sergio from Nissan or Chris Bassett. But Justin Dunn pitching well, and just the Reds offense not coming to play, especially after Jimmy yesterday on my show gave me that glimmer of hope. He said, Cincinnati Reds second best against in runners in scoring position this year, and they had runners on the whole game. Do it. So I suck dick for money right now. Catch me on the corner, fucking selling my shirt for some cash, and say hey plays at 5:30 today with Bobano.
All right. Well, I had the Mets yesterday. I don't even know what the odds were, but I had them. And it cashed. Jimmy the Bag, you can put me on Atlanta -1, -123 as an official play right now. And I'm not sure what I think about the team total overs, though. I think that they should get to Hill, right? There's no reason. I know there's a little wind blowing in. That shouldn't matter that much, right?
I don't know. I find this confusing situation here, really. If there's been all this money on the Red Sox, and yet the market has only moved 10 cents. I said the same thing last night with the Padres. It was like all this 90% of the money on the Padres, and I was like, the market's not moving. It was just sitting there. It hadn't moved from -180. And I said if it was -210, I'd be on the Padres -1. But
why would money be coming in on the Red Sox here, Jim?
Only because of this Rich Hill's numbers against the Braves, which I don't believe in. I think it's because of Charlie Morton's road numbers and the Red Sox numbers against Morton. But I can understand, you have Ron and Taint and yourself putting your foot down on the throat of a team that's clearly giving up on the rest of the season. So,
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I guess for right now, I'll just stick with the full game -1, -123. Definitely leaning first 5 and definitely leaning Atlanta team total overs. And I did bet them.
officially, Loshak's on the Braves -1 at -123. The Taint play of the day is Braves first 5 -1/2 at -115. And the spreadsheet play of the day is the Atlanta Braves. And TJ also has the Atlanta Braves -1 on his card. So it's great to know I'm with Maddie and Ron. Well, I get it. I don't know. I guess I'm going to need a little bit more time on this spot. Let's move on. 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Cincinnati Reds 44-64, 20-32 on the road at the New York Mets 71-39, 36-18 at home. Citi Field in Queens, New York. Mike Minor going up against Carlos Carrasco. I was successful with both these pitchers last starts. In the Mike Minor start at the Marlins, he was going up against Sandy Alcantara and took a page out of the Pete Loshak book. Just the first 3.
Mm-hmm.
It was just the first 3, and it was 0-0 after 3. Mike Minor is very good the first time he sees a lineup. Very good in first innings as well. Cookie Carrasco, 6-4 win at home versus the Braves. And I had the Mets first 5 just first 5 at -115 in that spot, and that took care of business. Carrasco's last start was not very good. 3 earned runs, 6 Ks. At home, he's 7-1, 3.41 ERA, 262 opponent's batting average, and it's a -116 for Ron Crawford's -1. Let me pop that in. Atlanta -1 at -116. I have trouble with Cookie Carrasco. Mm-hmm. I really do. I can't seem to nail when he's going to be lights out, when he's not. He had a scoreless streak going into his last start. And I was staring. It was Kyle Wright going up. I believe it was Kyle Wright going up against Cookie Carrasco. And I couldn't trust the under. And I'd been talking about it for so long. And Cookie Carrasco wasn't great. It was just that Kyle Wright got touched right away. The Reds hitting 236, 675 OPS versus righties. Mets 264, 752 OPS. Reds bullpen continues to struggle all year, and the Mets bullpen has been good. Let's take a look at the weather in New York. Here we have 87 Fahrenheit, feels like 97, 8.1 miles per hour in. I like the fact that Carrasco is going, back-to-back home starts to stay into it, get into a rhythm. Obviously, the Reds are going to be an easier lineup to face than he had with the Braves. This opened up with the Mets -300. They're now -310. It did get up to -320, but now -310. So a 10-cent move towards the Mets. And the total went from 9 to 8.5. And when we go over to the cash flow here in Cincinnati, Atlanta, 10,175 tickets in. 6% of the tickets are on the Cincinnati Reds, Pete.
Mm-hmm.
And 85% of the cash on Mike Minor and the Cincinnati Reds. 45% of the tickets on the under and 75% of cash on the under. Did I give the stats for the Mets versus righties? I don't know why I did that with Mike Minor on the mound. I'll get the Mets numbers versus lefties. They're not as good as they are against righties. Take it away here, Pete. What do you think of 85% of the cash on the Cincinnati Reds?
So only 15% of the cash is on the Mets here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I longtime viewers of my videos, I'm sure, are thinking Loshak makes a lot of shitty picks, but yet he claims to be up units. How is that possible? There's an answer. It mostly comes from fading Pat Corbin, fading Mike Minor, and a little bit blindly betting on Alcantara and people like him. I've pretty much been fading Mike Minor every start in 3 or 4 different ways and pretty much winning in all 3 or 4 of those ways every time out. Yeah, I did bet the Mets -1 on the opening line. I think I got a better line than where it is right now. It's just an auto play for me. The team total on the first 5 is 3.5. I haven't pulled the trigger on that one yet. Carrasco is a bit of a question mark, right? The shutout appearances that he had before his last start, I think, are somewhat real. I wouldn't trust him against strong lineups, but against a relatively weak righty-heavy lineup, I definitely would trust him. And the Reds continue to get snake bit by bad luck and injuries. So they're kind of a Red Sox-esque team that they were just everything's going wrong. I'm happy to fade them, even as a huge favorite with a team that is obviously quality and has some life, which the Mets are. Jose Bouquet, I'm sure would mock me for this, but I was on the Mets yesterday. Cash, no problem there. And I bet him again today. Bet sized appropriately. It is a little bit concerning that all that money has come in on the Reds. I'm not exactly sure why. It's Carrasco I don't totally trust. But in this spot, I do. We'll see what the comment section has to say.
Robert Franklin on the Mets team total over 5.5 at plus 105. Eric Jones cashed that Mets -2 and the under last night. Rays on the minor under Ks and over on total hits. Fanatical Jim's on Carrasco 6+ strikeouts at -138. And Robert Franklin is on the Mets team total over 5.5 and the over 8.5 in the game. His total has dropped from 9 to 8.5. Ron Crawford is on the Mets -1.5 again. What do you want to make official here, Pete? Do you want to make the -1?
I gotta think a little bit. Here, Jimmy.
Mr. Heat says the over is the play.
Again, Mr. says Mets are a trap today. They could be.
Again, the total's gone from 9 to 8.5, and you have 45% of tickets on the under and 75% of cash on the under. And then let me pull up the numbers here for the Mets versus lefties. Get over here. Here we go. The Mets versus lefties, 247, 712 OPS. Chase White says, I've got the O's going to the playoffs at plus 1,100 last week. I'm liking, no doubt in my mind, O's make the playoffs. I'm not moving on the Mets here. I think that it might just be as simple as the -300 fave. It's possible. -300 fave. There's our guy R2D2 Finland in the house, streaming live at the store, getting steaks and beer. Says
Very
Joey
nice.
And my brother Jason sent huge thanks for your support, Jimmy and Jose, and all the low baggers. There's our guy R2D2 Finland, whose nephew Joey Spencer, the small town soldier, maybe lightweight champion of the world.
Hell yeah. R2D2 Finland, thanks for that women's soccer play a bunch of shows ago. I did bet that one, cash with it. Extremely impressive underdog pick there. Shout out to you. Germany.
R2D2 says Finland and Linden, Michigan. Salutes. I love R2D2 Finland, my guy. Okay, Pete. Well, I mean, the market. So it could be as simple as just the syndicates see the numbers fading -300s. They've been reading Jose Bouquet's literature, and that could be it, right? That could be the angle that some huge bets are just going to come in on every fading a -300 spot.
Yeah. You know, on paper, the Mets have such a huge advantage here. I've faded Minor pretty much every start out. I'm not sure. I'd have to go back start by start to see if there was ever a start that I didn't fade him big. But Minor and Corbin saved my year. No question about that. And this is not a spot where I think I can't not take it. I can't not take it.
All right. So you want Mets -1 or you want them on the run line? How do you want to make this official? Or you want team total overs? What do you want to do?
I'm up units on the year overall in this show, right, Jim?
You are.
All right. I'll take the Mets -1, -228, current line at Pinnacle. I can't not take that.
Oh, yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
This is what we do. This is what, you know what I'm saying? People, a lot of people like, check, how can I be you? Start with that, okay? Start with that. Anytime you see a -1, -225 type line that looks like you just can't not take it, take it. That's step one. After you do that, we'll talk about steps 2 through 8. But for now, that's step 1.
And nothing but good press from Pete Rose this week as well. All right, Mets -1, -228. Let's move on to 7:10 p.m. Eastern. Cleveland Guardians 56-52, 27-30 on the road at the Detroit Tigers, 43-67, 26-30 at home. We're at Comerica Park in Detroit, Michigan. God, I miss Detroit. Let's take a look at the weather at Comerica today. It is 78 Fahrenheit, not much humidity, 6.5 miles per hour left to right. Kind of dies down to 5.8, slightly in. Trans-Canada, I'm down, man. I'm down. They're the Jets are not a division rival, so I'd be happy to support the Jets here. And although I do hate all Canadian hockey teams other than the Canucks. All right. And there's our guy, Nikolai Jubinski, in the house. Okay, so Comerica Park, Detroit, Michigan, Shane Bieber, Tyler Alexander. What a read our Noli Knows has had on Shane Bieber. Really trusting Shane Bieber, even though his velocity is down and his fastball is being hit. He's getting a ton of swing and misses from every other pitch that he has in his arsenal. Coming off 6 innings, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 1 homer, 8 Ks, no walks, and a 7-4 win at home versus Arizona. Been good on the road all year, 3-3, 3.32 ERA, 247 opponents batting average. There was a time on the road recently where he'd allowed 11 runs and 11 2/3, but he seems to have cleaned all that up. Viper says I'm leaning on the over hard here, waiting for the breakdown. LJ from H-Town says Bieber averaging 6+ strikeouts on the road. By the way, Nutflush Allen says if you think Carrasco is going to get hit and think Reds have a chance, over is the
right. I mean, that's the big. The Mets will if the team total first 5 was 2.5, I would take that, but it's 3.5 at plus money. And Carrasco, yeah, that makes me nervous. Yeah, I could easily see the Mets getting 2 off of Minor in the bottom of the first, and then top of the third, the Reds put up 3, and then I'm like, oh fuck, and I got the Kool-Aid man running through my head, and Jose Bouquet's stupid, arrogant face in my head, and I'm like, what did I do here? And then getting saved later on. I mean, the Mets just have a much stronger lineup right now. Yeah, you're right.
But with this Guardians-Tigers spot, we're talking about Shane Bieber here, going up against Tyler Alexander. Alexander coming off a 4-1 loss at the Twins. It was the Joe Ryan start where Taint and Ron Crawford were both believing in Joe Ryan, and Joe Ryan delivered the goods in a 4-1 win for the Twins. Tyler Alexander's been good at home, 1-2, 3.57 ERA, 247 opponents batting average. Guardians hitting 222, 620 OPS versus lefties, second worst in the league. And the Tigers, 214, 587 OPS versus righties, the worst in the league. And both bullpens are strong. Let's take a look at the line history in this Tigers spot. Bieber, Alexander. There's been no 10 cents from the opening line. 10-cent move towards the Guardians. That 10-cent move happened within an hour of the line being posted. Hasn't moved since, sitting at minus 185. And from a total perspective, there's been a 20-cent move to the under. So let's see if that all works out here with the cash in this spot. Joe Ryan is pitching as well today. 6,279 tickets in. 18% of the tickets and 41% of the cash on the Detroit Tigers. And then 41% of the tickets and 53% of cash on the under. Tricky, mixed messages. Maybe you can shine some light, Pete. Take it away, Guardians, Tigers.
Yeah, this is kind of a typical game. We talk about line movement, Jim. This is one where late line movement might be very telling to me. I mean, obviously, Bieber is impressive. Tyler Alexander, overall, serviceable, not awful. My lean would be to Detroit at this number, and the late line movement might be quite telling here.
Our guy Puzzler is here, says bit late, but I'm here. We love you, Puzzler, and think about you and send all of the love and positive energy we can to each and every day. Matty I says, have not bet it yet, but Alexander K-Prop over 2.5 has a lot of value to me. R2D2 Finland is riding the Mets minus 1.5. There is our Cashman 19, got a 15-pound turkey in the smoker. Pete, I can understand the idea that Tyler Alexander could shut down this Guardian squad that doesn't hit lefties.
Yeah, I mean, the Guardians are not the kind of team that should be this, even for me, should be this big of a road favorite here against anyone, even with Bieber starting. And Bieber did get hit at Detroit his last, not that, just one start, but I'm a believer in him, but not at this line with Cleveland.
And do you agree with the 20-cent move towards the under?
Yes, sure.
And they do have some decent numbers against Bieber. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with this.
I mean, there's still a weak team. Alexander is still serviceable. Having a nice start against Minnesota, and like he did in his last start, is somewhat impressive.
Ski Prophet says y'all got Noli pacing around my house with his Bieber game.
Shout out to Ski Prophet.
Oh, I loved seeing all you guys hanging out together, man. It was great. It was a great weekend. You had the boys, Razor and the boys, cashing a $14,000 pick six right after they'd cashed 6.6 the day before, so 20,000 and then we had all our guys, all the OG low baggers hanging out together in Vegas. Put a big
Hell yeah. I was a little bit busy, but I also got COVID. That's the main reason I didn't come meet you guys, Ski Prophet and Big Rico and everyone else. It looked fucking fun as hell, though. Fun as hell. And I like the Orleans. That was the first casino I ever went to when I got involved with sports betting 15 or 12, however long time ago it was. Shout out to you, all of you.
Rob Free says this will be Bieber's fourth start against Detroit. Don Play says, are we on the under, Jimmy? And I guess the answer is no.
I might be by first pitch, though. I just can't make it official now.
On the under.
Yeah. After going over Carrasco's game log, I got to be very cautious now.
There's been a big change in the ticket count here.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's 47% of tickets on the over and 67% of cash.
No shit.
No, this is not a spot that I am going to trust Bieber here, and this is not. Although the more I kind of look at it, the more I can understand why people like the Tigers. You know,
Cleveland should not be this big of a favorite against anyone on the road.
What would the Tigers? There's low volatility. What would the Tigers' first five minus a half be, or plus a half? Excuse me, minus 115. Okay, let me check out. Just see what Pinnacle's hanging this game at. I think that might give me a little bit of added information here. Here we go. Get over to baseball quickly, and then we'll move on to the next game. So, Pete, this is a stay off at this point for you.
Yeah, for now. Although I might be on something by first pitch. Again, late movement, I think, might be telling here. Exactly.
Under 7.5 is at minus 114. And the first five, this is at Pinnacle, the first five plus a half is at plus 106. That's 21 cents better than it is at Bet365. What fucking garbage. Okay. So no moves at this point, but I do have some interest in the Tigers' first five. Johnny Gunn says it's not a sports betting day unless Jimmy moves on the Tigers. And we did go over all those numbers, and it's not particularly good. It's not bad, but I don't think my ROI is plus here. Okay, we move on to 8:05 p.m. Oh, and Ski, could you let us know what Noli's doing with that Guardians-Tigers spot? If you can, I'd be very interested. And what else Noli's on? We all want to know that. All right, let's move on. 8:05 p.m. Eastern, Washington Nationals 36-75, 19-35 on the road at the Chicago Cubs 44-64, 23-33 at home. We're at Wrigley Field in Chicago, Illinois. God, Paulo Espino hurt me badly. I was on the Nats first five against Thor, and Espino just 4 runs they got on Thor in 5 innings, and I couldn't catch it. But it was a rain-shortened game. Then we have Marcus Stroman, who's been so bad at Wrigley Field. It's crazy. So bad. 0-3, 7.94 ERA, 280 opponents batting average. Nats first righties, 247, 689 OPS, and they've been hitting well since the moves of Soto and Bell. Cubs, 247, 710 OPS. Nats bullpen's been pitching better as well. Saturated says Cubs first five, don't even sweat it. All right, let's take a look at the weather in Chicago. I was I cashed the first five under 4 at even money yesterday, but did not cash the full game under, which really irritated me. I expected to cash it. Let's see the weather in Wrigley. Here we have 72 Fahrenheit, 7.1 miles per hour in. Does die down to 5.1 miles per hour. Take a look at the line history here in this Nats Cubbies spot. We have an 8-cent move to the Cubs, very small 8-cent move to the Cubs, and this total's gone from 8 to 7.5. And when we take a look at the cash flow in this one, 5,232 tickets in, 13% of tickets, 38% of the cash on the Nats, 35% of tickets, 82% cash on the under, and it's dropped a half run. So that makes sense. Take it away here, Pistol Pete. Cubbies at home to the Nats.
Yeah, we talked about Stroman since we've been, doing videos, Jimmy the Bag, a guy who is high volatility, right? When he's off, he gets crushed. When he's on, he's great. and damn near unhittable. Right now, we're obviously seeing the high-quality Stroman. As the season wears on and he faces stronger lineups, he might be someone I'm looking to fade, but definitely in this spot, I think we're going to see another quality start from him. The last, start against St. Louis where he gave up a couple home runs is not great. Still didn't walk anyone, and again, facing Washington here, I live bet the Washington team total under yesterday, 3.5, and got a win with that. And I did already bet the Washington first 5 team total under at 1.5. Haven't pulled the trigger on the Cubs as a big favorite here, and not sure that I will. But definitely liking another quality 5-inning start from Stroman here. If he gives up 2 runs and I lose my first 5 team total under, that's okay. I bet sized appropriately. But statistically and all signs indicate to me that Stroman will have another quality start. He's pitching very well right now, and that should continue here at least for one more start, in my humble opinion, Jim.
The pick says this is only the second time the Cubs have been minus 200 faves all year. The first one was yesterday, and we all saw how that played out. Ray says this is a lock of the day. As Cubs run line easy. Espino, one of the worst pitchers in MLB, and then that's stuck on the road.
Yeah, and Stroman's horrible numbers at home. I think we can, at least I'm not, I'm taking that with a little bit of a grain of salt. I mean, he had a strong 4-inning start at home against the Mets, obviously a much more impressive lineup in his last home start. So I think that is, just due to variance and tiny sample size.
Yeah. I can understand that idea. Johnny Gunn's just an 8-cent move to the Cubs, minus 192 to minus 200. So not very much. Bo Jackson saying Stroman's yet to win at home as a Cub. I can understand Stroman's that he could possibly have a good start here at home, and the total's gone from 8 to 7.5, and there's money on the under. I don't know if I trust Espino and Stroman enough to take the first 5 under, and I don't. Let me just say that I don't, even though the market is indicating that would be a sound. I
mean, Espino's given up a lot of home runs. That is not good.
In saying all that, I see the big bets coming in on the Nats.
Big bets are coming in on the Nats, huh?
13% of the tickets and 38% of the cash.
Okay.
Which tells me that Espino is more than capable of having a good start here with the wind blowing in. Puzzler says this chat just keeps getting stronger, a precious resource.
Hell yeah, it really does. Chat keeps getting stronger. And our handicap is getting stronger too, Jimmy. I was gonna make a joke, but no, I won't make that joke.
I guess I should trust Espino here. I guess I should. He was so bad at the Phillies last week, but I guess the market is indicating that this is going to go under, and that Espino is going to have a good start here. So why should I not trust it as well, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, the Cubs don't have a particularly fearsome lineup. I mean, once again, it's one of these games where like Espino could get hit. Gives up 4 or 5 runs. Stroman has a shutout 5-inning start, and the game sneaks under anyway, despite Espino getting hit again.
There's our guy Dutch Boy Fresh.
Hell yeah!
Star of the Daily Sesh here on Pub Sports Radio, 6:30 p.m. Eastern. God, I'm hesitant to do this, but I think I will move on this first 5 under. 3 runs is not a lot of runs. It's not going to be an easy casher, but everything's sort of indicating that this is going to be the way of the Robert Franklin, first 5 Nats plus 0.5 at plus 110. I think I'm going to be moving on this first 5 under 4. Okay, so
right, let me make an official play here, Jim. Oh wow, it seems like the Nationals' first 5 team total is going up a bit. That's a little bit surprising. Let me see what I got, because I already bet this one. I'm seeing minus 120. Wow. No, it didn't move. Okay, minus 125. Nationals' first 5 team total under 1.5, minus 125. I'll take it. I would love to double up, but if Stroman does get hit, I don't want to suffer those 2 losses. So first 5, team total under 1.5, -125. Current line at Heritage, Nats first 5, team total under.
Nats first 5, team total under 1.5 at -125 for Pete. And if you cash that, I should cash the first 5 under 4, or at least push it. Interesting here. I kind of want to revisit it. I have a great respect for Joe Yurkovich's capping. He's on the first 5 over 3.5 in that Detroit Cleveland game.
Oh, Detroit Cleveland. Okay.
Detroit Cleveland. What would be holding me back there? I guess you have the Cleveland, who's second worst in the league against lefties, against Tigers, they're worst in the league versus righties. But it's a very low total. And 46% of the tickets and 66% of the cash on the over. I kind of want to just revisit this. What was the weather again? Sorry, you guys. I know we just capped the game, and I should have it all locked in. 6.5 miles per hour left to right. Not hurting there. And then that total has gone 20 cents to the under. Okay. I wish if the market was moving in that direction, I would be on it as well. By the way, Dutch Boy Fresh says session will be live 6:30 Eastern. Special guest Taylor Mattis says come vibe with us. Okay. Robert Franklin says Stroman versus Nats 485 average 1.222 OPS. He's a very streaky pitcher and he's pitching well right now.
Yeah, and again, I'll be very wary of taking him to have good starts in upcoming weeks against tough lineups. But in this one, I'm willing to go back to the well one more time.
Okay. All right, so I'm going to be moving on that first 5 under. Let's move on to 8:10 p.m. Eastern. 8:10 p.m. Eastern. Tampa Bay Rays 58-50, 25-29 on the road. At the Milwaukee Brewers 58-50, 27-22 at home. American Family Field in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. It's very interesting. The pitching moves the Rays have made. They get rid of Duggar, and we fade Duggar, and that pays out. And they're using Jimmy Yacobonis. Is he confirmed as the starter?
Yes, as the opener, and then Yarbrough as the primary.
Yacobonis has thrown just 2/3 of an inning. 3 hits, 3 earned runs, 2 Ks for the Rays. He threw 9 1/3 innings for the Marlins before he came over. Allowed 7 earned runs in those 9 1/3. But 15 strikeouts in those 9 1/3. 30-year-old journeyman, picked in the 13th round of the 2013 draft. Combined AA and AAA this year. He's been good. 4-3, 3.28 ERA, 24 2/3, 35 strikeouts in those 24 2/3, and allowed just 1 home run. Andrew G says, really, the return of Yacobonis. Says that's a bonus. Going up against Freddie Peralta, came off the IL recently. 3 2/3, 4 hits, 2 earned runs, 3 Ks, 2 walks, 8-7 losses. The Pirates did not look very good. He's not looked very good all year, but he has just allowed 1 solitary home run in 42 1/3. The Rays versus righties, 236, 684 OPS. Brewers versus righties, 247, 767 OPS. They smash them. The Rays bullpen has been very good, except for the back end. They've only converted 31 to 56 saves, but everywhere else they've been very good. And the Brewers bullpen continues to slip, 3.98 ERA now. Let's pull up. Don Places, are you confident in the Cubs Nats first 5 under? No. Not really. Not with a ton of confidence, but with enough to bet it. But no, I wouldn't be. Certainly wouldn't be my favorite spot on the card. There's John Todd in the house. Says we need Happy Dutch capping with us. He went off last time. Yes, Dutch will be back on the show every Thursday, back starting NFL season. And we've got huge NFL news to announce that we're so close to announcing. Pete, really big, exciting NFL news here at Pub that I can't wait to be involved with. Dutch says you sick again, bro. Yeah, I mean, yeah, my kids are sick. I get sick. It's fucking whatever. Okay, so let's go Rays, Brewers, line history here. Also, it doesn't help that I lack sleep. My immune system is not tough. 5-cent move to the Brewers and no movement on the total. So let's take a look at where the cash lies and see if that all follows suit. We have the Tampa Bay Rays with half line value. Half line value, just 3,190 tickets in, but 54% of the tickets, 65% cash on the Brewers. and 17% of tickets on the over, but 50% of cash on that over. Take it away here, Pete. American Family Field, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Rays, Brewers.
Well, there was no overnight line, so or line even when the show started. So I have not bet this, obviously, and have no opinion as of right now. But definitely, Yarbrough is someone that I have no problem fading, and Milwaukee is a big favorite, a little bit tough. Peralta, high volatility. As you can see, he often either gets crushed or has a surprisingly good start. He had a great start at home against Atlanta. I'm going to look into this a little bit more. My lean would definitely be to Milwaukee here, but at this line, I have to look at it twice. No play as of right now for me. Thinking about taking Milwaukee or fading, Yacobonis and Yarbrough in one way or another. Maybe a team total over for Milwaukee.
Yeah, and I guess that would make. I wish there was some market movement towards the over. If this all makes me uncomfortable. Okay, I'm going to stay off of this game. We have Dabby Cab's action in. Jays first 5 minus a half, minus 114. Houston first 5 minus a half, at minus 108. And Angels first 5 minus a half, also at minus 108.
Wow, Dabby Cab fading Martin Perez. Wow.
And James S. asking about college football. Our very own Pistol Pete Loshak once won a multi-thousand-person contest in college football, came first place. And great job. You do such a great job reading the market in college football. I do not consider myself a college football expert, so I will be bringing on college football experts. So that's how we are going to be doing things here. I'm looking forward to see Dabby Cab cap college football this year. He's very good at it as well. Okay. Our guy Al Ryan has some broken ribs, gotten a bit of a physical altercation, and he has asked you if you can talk to him about the dangers of fighting. He's also on painkillers right now. He's feeling pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. Where's the comment? Do you want to?
Comment was way back, and I'd forgotten about it until he talked about. See if I can find it, but I've forgotten about it until he talked about how good the painkillers were feeling here. Let me see if I can. I'll go back and find it, but he did want you to discuss the. He says I need Pete to rip me a new one about fighting and cracking my ribs. I deserve a painful laugh right now.
Mm-hmm. No, I think it's great that you did that, because is life about feeling good and just making yourself as pain free as possible? No, life is about suffering and pain. That's what fucking life is about. So congratulations, L. Ryan. Revel in it. Just bathe in it. That's what the point of life is, to experience the pain and suffering of life. So I support getting into fights. Hell yeah. Shout out to you, L. Ryan. Got dude who's really fucking living. No, I don't know. I can't do it. I have COVID. Give me the bag. I'm struggling here. I have COVID. I'm doing my best here. Shout out to you, L. Ryan. I hope you get better very soon. And don't get addicted to painkillers.
You make COVID look good, Pete.
Yeah, sure.
And let's let our Dabby Cab lead us into this next game. As you said, he's fading Martin Perez. Dabby Cab is on the Houston Astros, first 5 minus a half. Rangers 48-60, 25-29 on the road at the Astros, 70-40, 34-17 at home.
Yeah, sorry, Jimmy. Sorry, I want to say that I was 80% suffering from COVID and 20% blown away by Dabby Cab fading Martin Perez there, while I was giving that shout out to L. Ryan. So it was a double whammy. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
No problem. No. And I faded Martin Perez last out against a young Kyle Bradish and got plus money and paid in full. Astros, Rangers. Martin Perez last start, 5 hits, just 1 earned run. It was a solo shot, 9 Ks, 3 walks. He was good. 6-3 loss at home versus the Orioles. On the road, he's been very good all year. 5-0, 2.26 ERA, 235 points batting average. Going up against Jose Urquidy, who's been lights out at late. He was at home in his last start. 7 innings, 2 hits, no earned runs, 10 Ks, no walks. At home, he's 4-2 with a 2.30 ERA, 214 opponent's batting average. The Rangers hitting just 238, 677 OPS versus righties. The Astros smash lefties. Astros have the best bullpen in the business, and the Rangers bullpen being a little worse over the last little while. Let's talk about the line history in this spot here with the Battle of Texas. Texas versus Houston. We have a 7-cent move to the Rangers. They go from plus 167 to plus 160. The Astros go from minus 192 to minus 180. And there's been no movement on this total that's at 8 and juiced to the under. Take a look at the cash flow in this one. There's slight line value on the Houston Astros. I would say 15% or so. And 19% of the tickets, Pete, and 63% of the cash are on the Texas Rangers and Martin Perez. 69% of the tickets and 92% of cash on the under. And no movement there. Very, very interesting. Pimp slot play today is the Texas Rangers first 5 plus a half. Interesting. Take it away, Pete. Rangers, Astros.
Yeah, this is a tough one. Just one quick way. L. Ryan, if you do get addicted to those painkillers, check out my boy Dave's Dopey podcast. They'll get you off it. That community will get you off it real fast. Oh man, I don't know. I did on the opening lines, Jim, bet no run in the first. I took a shot with the first 3 under, and then I did take a small shot with Texas first 3. Just because it was dog money. I didn't bet it hugely, so if it loses, that's okay. Hoping to get a push. I'm very concerned that Dabby Cab likes Houston first 5 here. Last time I went directly head-to-head with Dabby Cab on a first 5 bet, he won, I lost. Toronto and Tampa Bay last Tuesday. Martin Perez is pretty clearly dealing again. He had a couple speed bumps a month ago, but now he's dealing again, and I'm not exactly sure why we would expect that to stop. I mean, obviously, this is a tough assignment relatively. And Urquidy also pitching well. Not as great as Perez, though. I took a shot with no run in the first, got a decent line, first 3 under. Small shot with Texas as a dog, first 3. Man. I don't know. Do we expect Perez to either tail off here a little bit or hit a speed bump? Maybe he's just great in general, but this is a speed bump spot for him. I'm not seeing anything statistically to indicate that, but maybe it's there.
I find this very tricky. Very, very tricky. So, by the way, Coin, is this your Twitter handle? Coin, my man, is this you? Please let me know if this is you. I'm going to pop in the chat. Is that you, Coin? Because if it is, I will follow you immediately. Don places early under 4 or full game under 8. I think the market is telling us that Perez is going to have a nice start here, although the Mancini pickup is going to help the Astros against lefties. There's Jack Rosenblatt in the house. And when we go back to this, there's big money on this under. I'm surprised they're not moving it to 7.5. And if that's the case, I'd rather have the first 5 under. What do you think about this first 5 under, Pete?
Yeah, I mean, I would be leaning that way as well. I actually did bet that a little bit. I think there was a Caesars has did I? I don't even remember. But yeah, I'd be leaning that way too. You're saying money's coming in on the over. The market is indicating that the over is
no, the under is being hit hard. The under has 69% of the tickets and 92% of the cash. In saying that, it's not moving very hard towards the under. Okay, I think this first 5 under is the spot because we know that Urquidy is going to have a good start. Like the odds of him getting lit up are minimal. I mean, only Marcus Semien can smashes off of him. So if we know that Urquidy is going to have a good start, and we see all the sharp money on Texas saying that Perez is going to have a nice start, means that the first 5 under should hit. So,
all right, Jim. Let's start with official for me. No run first inning minus 114. That's the current line at Pinnacle. Again, if it loses, I can deal with the 1.14 units of loss there, in light of the starting pitchers.
You're locked in. Loshak, no run first inning, minus 114. I will be moving on the first 5 under in this spot. All right, let's roll on. 8:40 p.m. Eastern, St. Louis Cardinals 60-48, 25-28 on the road. At these Colorado Rockies, 48-63, 30-27 at home. We're at Coors Field in Denver, Colorado. Miles Michaelis going up against Ryan Feltner. Michaelis last start, 6 in the third, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 6 Ks, 1 walk in the fourth inning. At home versus Cubs. On the road, he's struggled a little bit more than he has at home. At home, he's been lights out. On the road, 4-6, 3.41 ERA, 241 opponent's batting average. Jack Rosenblatt says wind blowing out to center. I do not think that the roof will be open in Houston tonight. I do not think that will be the case. Let's just take a look at Houston weather here. Houston
Yeah, no way.
weather. It's way too hot. But it's not that bad actually. But I do not think that the roof will be open in Houston. My whole cap is expecting that roof to be closed. Okay, so back to this Cardinals-Rockies spot. We have Feltner on the other side. Last start, 3 2/3, 8 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 homer, 3 Ks, 1 walk, and a 13-5 loss at the Padres. He can get strikeouts, but he's allowed 7 home runs in 40 2/3. Cards rating 249, 724 OPS versus righties. Rockies 253, 712 OPS. Eric Jones is on the under 11 here. Cards bullpen's been very good of late. The Rockies bullpen back end is strong, but the middle relief is poor. Let's take a look at the line history here, Pete, in this Rockies Cards spot. Let me just move this over. Colorado Rockies, St. Louis Cardinals. We have no movement at all, and no movement on the under. It did get up to 11.5 at one point, but no movement on either the under or the side. So let's see if we got 50-50 cash here on this one. In this Cardinals-Rockies spot, we have maybe 30% line value on the Colorado Rockies. They have 5% of the tickets and 8% of the cash. The St. Louis Cardinals have 95% of the tickets, 92% of the cash, and the market's not moving towards them. Then 30% of the tickets, 68% cash on the under. This is a really interesting spot. And I didn't give the weather here in Colorado. Let's do that. In Colorado, we have 96 Fahrenheit, but 5.6 miles per hour in. So hot weather in Colorado, but the wind not really helping. Take it away here, Pete. Interesting spot. Cards, Rockies.
Yeah, well, I hope Jose Bouquet doesn't have a conniption when he hears this, but I did actually bet Colorado -1 here. I don't love Feltner, obviously, to put it mildly, and Michaelis is probably in general has a relatively good profile for Coors, but the line and the spot after the Yankees sweep for St. Louis, I don't like it for St. Louis. Huge dog line, of course, high volatility here in Coors. So I did take a shot with Colorado -1 at like plus 230 or something like that. And I would be leaning over, but I haven't bet that one yet. Not sure what I think about it. And I would be leaning Colorado team total over, relatively low team total. That's how I'm thinking about this one. I don't love fading Michaelis. I definitely don't love betting on Feltner. But considering the spot and some other things I look at, I did take a shot with Colorado -1 as a huge dog there.
What do you think of the enormous numbers on the Cards and no market movement towards them?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense. I mean, come on, man. I mean, Colorado is shitty, and now you got Feltner starting.
But why would the market not be moving towards the Cardinals?
Because they don't trust the money that's coming in on the Cardinals. I mean, it's obviously going to be big public money. It hasn't moved in the other direction yet, which is this is another game where line movement I think will probably be telling. If it comes back on Colorado close to first pitch, then I'll be much more confident in my bet and maybe put a little bit more on it. But yeah, I took Colorado. I don't love the spot for St. Louis. And so I took a shot with it. And I might make it official here, Jim.
Huh. Do you think the market's implying that Feltner is going to have an okay start here?
Not yet, no. But it's definitely implying that that we don't care much about all these public bets coming in on St. Louis.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
I'm going to leave it. Let me just go back to where's the cash on the total here? In this one, we have 30% of tickets, 68% cash on the under. I do have some interest in this under.
Wow, Eric Jones saying Cards under 11, and Nut Flush Allen giving him a pound. I don't know what the market's trying to tell us, but the comment section is trying to tell us something. Give me the bag. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I do. And saturates the Cards at 1-9 and 10. They're mashing. Give me the Cards first 5. Eric Jones says because the total is the play, no side.
And when he says the total, he means the under.
Yes, he does.
Look at that.
Under 11. I'm interested. I am interested. The weather does start blowing out a little bit by the end of the game, but just a little bit right to left out. All right, let me just do a little. Yeah.
Shout out to Eric Jones.
I am interested. Jack Rosenblatt going Cardinals first 5, Rockies full game 11-1. Okay, I'm interested in this under. All right, let's move on. 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Next up, Los Angeles Angels 47-63, 21-31 on the road at the Oakland A's, 41-69, 17-36 at home. We're at Oakland Coliseum in Oakland, California. Ohtani versus Caprillion. These guys just matched up in a 3-1 win for the A's. And Caprillion has been a bet-on pitcher by the Sharps for some time now, and he's really showing why that is. He's not allowing runs. He also, Ohtani 0 for 10 against them. And he's just been a favorite by Sharps for a while now. Let's see what we're dealing with here. 5,043 tickets in. They're giving up maybe 10% line value, maybe more, 15% line value on the Angels. There's 31%. This is just every Caprillion start is this. 31% of tickets, 62% of the cash on the A's and Caprillion. 43% of tickets and 91% cash on the under. I was curious to see what number, they would offer up for this total. And the 3 is the first 5 under, and now it's a plus money to the under, but that's very low. Very low. A 10-cent move towards the Angels, and from a total perspective, there's been no movement. 6.5 minus 115 to the over. The Angels don't hit righties, either do the A's. The Angels bullpen's been a little better of late. I'll grab you that Rockies team total. Eric Jones leaning to the under. Take it away here, Pistol Pete Loshak, Angels Athletics.
Well, I don't know if you mentioned it, but Ohtani had a bit of a foot injury in his recently, and I'm assuming it's going to be okay. But it is something to think about. He's also, I've been blindly betting on opposing teams' team total unders when Ohtani starts, and done almost as well as I've done with Alcantara with Ohtani. And this would be normally another situation like that. Do we have any word on? I mean, he should be okay. I'm assuming he's totally fine, right?
That's what we're all assuming. Yeah, we're assuming that he's good to go. They wouldn't risk him being nothing to play for.
I would be leaning no run in the first inning again. And yeah, an under again. I did have, stupidly I had Oakland yesterday, but I also had unders in that game as well. So I cashed with all those. And, definitely leaning, willing to assume that Ohtani's 100% here. And so definitely leaning no run first inning. And maybe a first 5 under, 3.5 as well.
And I don't have by the way, the Rockies team total at Pinnacle's 4.5 at minus 119. And also the Pinnacle has the under 11 at plus 102. So it's possible that this could go back to 11.5. Possible.
All right. You know what? Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, no, take it away.
I was just going to say we can make it no run first inning official once again. I got a lot of no run first innings on today's card. No run first inning. Minus 143 is the current line of Pinnacle.
And let me see what I have here for that. Still 3.5. Or sorry. Oh, it's moved up back to 3.5. Okay, so this was 3 this morning, Pete. Bet365's moved to 3.5. Interesting. 3.5 at minus 130. It's expensive. Very, very interesting. So no run first inning for Pete, minus 143. We moved back to the 3.5.
And I definitely also, Oakland first 5 is very tempting because if Ohtani's a little bit off, he might give up a run in the first inning, and then the first 5 cashes easily for Oakland. If he's on his game, Oakland at plus 165 or like plus a half, a plus 100 or something like that might still cash anyway. Should be a decent spot for Kaprielian, even though he's facing for the second game in a row.
He's just pitching very well at the moment.
Yeah.
Huh.
And, a lot of facing a team twice in a row is a lot of times not that great. But if you're facing a weak lineup in a pitcher-friendly park, I'm more likely to bet on a second straight good start from a pitcher than other situations. He faced Seattle twice, not in a row, but 2 out of 3 starts and had, a solid start both times.
Well, I'm interested in the first 5 under 3.5 here. It's going to cost me, though. Minus 130 right now. Okay, let's move on. 9:40 p.m. Eastern. Pittsburgh Pirates, 44-64, 21-35 on the road at the Arizona Diamondbacks, 48-59, 29-28 at home. We're at Chase Field, Phoenix, Arizona. Roof will be closed. Zach Thompson going up against 25-year-old Tommy Henry, second-round pick, 2019 draft out of the University of Michigan. First career start was 5 days ago. 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 earned runs, 1 homer, 3 Ks, 3 walks, and 7-4 loss at Cleveland. AAA Reno this year, 3.83 ERA, 1.34 whip, 100 strikeouts, 44 walks, 11 home runs in the 108 innings. Pirates don't hit lefties, 226-48 OPS. Matty Ice is on the Pirates team, total over 3.5. The Diamondbacks versus righties, 222-691 OPS. Both bullpens are not trustworthy, although they looked fine yesterday. Let's see what we are dealing with. I am going to move on the under tomorrow. Maybe just the first 5 under, but the Mitch Keller versus Madison Bumgarner spot it is appealing here to me, but not as appealing or much more appealing than this one here. Pirates are going to see Tommy Henry today, and then they're going to see Mad Bum. Oh, wait. Yeah, then I see Mad Bum tomorrow. Okay, so let's go with the line history here in this one. No movement at all. Diamondbacks opening up minus 160. That's where they stand. This total went from 8.5 up to 9, and it's now dropped back to 8.5. And when we go over to the cash flow in this spot, slight line value for Pittsburgh, 4,299 tickets in, 52% of the tickets, 88% of the cash on the Pittsburgh Pirates. 77% of tickets on the under. I don't have a cash line here on it. R2D2 Finland also looking at the Pirates team total over 3.5. Thank you, Mike M, on that first 5 under yesterday. Tops at first 5 under, full game over is his lean. Take it away here, Pete. Pirates, Diamondbacks.
I have not bet this one. Obviously, Henry is a guy who was okay in the minors, got hit in his first start in the majors, and has supposedly been working with the pitching coach, tinkering his grip, which might pay dividends here. And Pittsburgh is a team that I am okay fading. Thompson hasn't been pitching well recently. Haven't pulled the trigger on it yet, but leaning Arizona. But this is another game where I want to see what the lineups are. I want to see what the late line movement is, which might be pretty telling. First thought is lean Arizona, but haven't bet it yet, and I'm going to be watching the line movement and checking the lineups.
Wow, LJ saying 7 earned runs. Sorry, what was that? 7 runs allowed in his last 6 road starts. It's hard to imagine. I mean, he allowed 3 earned runs in his last road start and just 4 1/3. I did not realize that he was pitching that well on the road. I do know on the road 1 and 2, 4.50 ERA, 254 opponent's batting average, but I guess Tommy Henry is a easy fade candidate. Oh, that's it, because he wasn't on the road last start against Milwaukee. That was at home versus the Brewers. My bad. I read that wrong. Okay, sorry. Interesting. Very, very, very interesting. Zach Thompson being good on the road. Tommy Henry being a possible fade. Where's the cash again? So no line movement towards the Diamondbacks. And 52% of tickets, 88% of cash on the Pirates, but the market not moving there. Huh. And I just don't know what we're going to get out of Tommy Henry, but he's a highly touted prospect.
Yeah, he's been working with the pitching coach, right? So they're not like, all right, you got hit last start, fucking do better. See what happens this time. They're working with him. You know what I mean?
And that start was at Cleveland. Now he gets to start at home with the roof up.
Right, against relatively weak major league lineup.
They actually hit lefties a little bit harder than the Guardians, though.
Sure. But you know what I'm saying, Jim.
I do, and I'm going to stay off of the spot. I will cheer you guys who are backing the Buccos on. Excuse me for the voice break there. I'm sick. All right, 9:40 p.m. Eastern. San Francisco Giants 54-55, 25-28 on the road at the San Diego Padres 61-51, 31-24 at home. We're at Petco Park in San Diego, California. Let's take a look at the weather in San Diego. 79 Fahrenheit. It's warm in San Diego. 5.9 miles per hour. Left to right dies down to 4.3 miles per hour. Take a look at the line history in this Giants-Padres spot. Where is it? Here we go. Cobb versus Musgrove. There's been a move towards the San Francisco Giants. Padres have gone from minus 192 down to minus 175. From a total perspective, it opened up at 7.5. It moved to 7. Now it's back at 7.5. It is juiced to the under at 7.5. So let's see the cash flow here in this one. And we hit the only spot on the board where there is full line value. Now, we know that the full line value spots have not been cashing, although they did cash yesterday. I had on one of the games, I can't remember offhand, but I will double check that. They did cash one yesterday. And there's full line value here on the San Francisco Giants, 6,670 tickets in, 24% of the tickets, 35% of the cash on the Giants, then 61% of tickets, 74% of cash on the over. Alex Cobb has been awful on the road this year, 6.03 ERA, 297 opponents batting average, but not a ton of innings. But I think it was around 30 innings on the road. His last start at home was nice. 6 1/3, 4 hits, 3 earned runs, 8 Ks, 3 walks against the Dodgers, who smashed righties. Musgrove's last start was at home against the Rockies, and he got lit up and smoked. 6 earned runs over 4 2/3. At home, though, he's been quite good this year. 3-3, 3.07 ERA, 213 opponents batting average. Both teams hit righties almost identically. We expect the Padres' numbers against righties to improve after the trade deadline, but on the year, 240, 695 OPS, and the Padres' bullpen is quite a bit better than the Giants' bullpen. Take it away here, Pete. Giants, Padres.
Yeah, I mean, at a certain point, I think that the Padres are going to be with all this hype and now, starting things off with a bunch of losses, this is going to be a team that might be, have a quality lineup and have a chip on their shoulder at the same time, which is very dangerous. And I predict we're going to see a run of 10 or 15 games in a row, especially since they're playing weak teams, 10 or 15 games in a row where they're just great bets on their, high money lines and run lines game in and game out. But until that happens, I am very wary of pulling the trigger on them. Having said that, though, my official analysis on this game is whatever Nutflesh Allen's take on this game is. If you gave me a free play right now, I would throw it on San Francisco. Musgrove's been struggling. San Diego has obviously got to get their head right. So it would definitely be San Francisco nothing for me.
And what do you think about this over?
The over. What's the line?
It's gone from 7.5 to 7 back to 7.5. There's 61% tickets, 74% cash on the over. Musgrove scuffling. The Cobb is questionable on the road, even though his peripherals say that he's going to pitch okay.
I'd definitely be, again, free play on the total would be on the over as well, which means that maybe the Giants team total over at the very low line has some value.
It's hot in San Diego.
Yeah, only 2.5 I'm seeing at. Also, Jim, very quickly, can you throw on Oakland A's money line plus 160 as an official play for me?
I can. Let's give you that Oakland A's on
Plus
the
160. Just we'll review that at the end of the show. Just wanted to add that on.
Loshak A's. And don't forget, we have the Briggsy birthday pick as well.
Yes.
Loshak A's plus 160. I am moving on the over. Don Play, let's review that when we do a quick review here. God, my fourth fuck. Let's review that here. Fuck. When we go over a quick review of all the action. So I am going to move on the over 7.5 in San Francisco, San Diego. We have 2 games left on the board. Let's go. 10:10 p.m. Eastern. Minnesota Twins 57-51, 26-26 on the road at Los Angeles Dodgers 75-33, 38-15 at home at Dodger Stadium in Los Angeles, California. Chavez Ravine. Take a look at the weather here. 84 Fahrenheit, 5.9 miles per hour to right center. It's hot in California. Let's take a look at the line history in this one. We have Joe Ryan going up against Julio Urias. We have a 20-cent move towards the Dodgers, and it just dropped. Oh, no, it didn't. It was dropped this morning, but opened up at 8.5 minus 115 to the under. It's now at 8. So 20-cent move to the Dodgers and a move towards the under. Let's see if the cash flow correlates with that. They have half line value on these Minnesota Twins. 8,675 tickets in. 16% of tickets, 23% of cash on the Minnesota Twins. 63% of tickets, they don't have a cash number for the total. Joe Ryan, last start was nice, predicted by our Matty Ice and Ron Crawford. 5 innings, 3 hits, 1 earned run, 9 Ks, no walks, and a 4-1 win at home versus the Tigers. On the road, he has struggled compared to his home numbers. 4.57 ERA, 250 opponents batting average. Julio Urias, as our Noli knows, predicted, completely shut down the Giants. 6 innings, 7 hits, 6 Ks, no walks, no earned runs, 3-0 win at the Giants. At home, he's been very good this year, but a little worse than he's been on the road. 2.98 ERA, 201 opponents batting average. Dodgers smash righties, 267.85 OPS. Twins against lefties, 245, 718. They're not bad. Dodgers bullpen being strong all year and getting stronger as the season goes on. The Twins bullpen is pretty average. Meaty fucking ochre. Take it away here, Pete. Twins, Dodgers.
Okay, first of all, can I throw on an official play in the San Francisco game?
Of course.
Pinnacle, team total over 2.5 minus 144. San Francisco Giants, team total over 2.5 minus 144. That's full game, not first 5. Full game.
Team total over 2.5 and minus 144.
Yeah.
Full game. Okay, you got it. Locked in.
Okay. This one is, I really want to take Minnesota here after the Dodgers sweep of San Diego, and Minnesota pissed off of their last loss. And Ryan with a bounce back in his last start after getting absolutely crushed. But Urias is in a groove right now. I don't love fading him. This is another one where I might look at the late line movement to tell me which way might be a good way to go. But definitely leaning Minnesota here, despite the fact that Urias is pitching so well now.
Yeah, this one is tough. This one's tough. Saturated says Dodgers minus 1.5 is my crack. Thompson says Dodgers may have a letdown here. He likes the first 5 and full game under.
Yeah, and I would also be leaning under as well.
So you're expecting a nice start from Ryan?
Yeah, I mean, I think Ryan will be okay. Urias, is there any reason to believe that he'll have a speed bump here? Maybe. I don't know.
All right. I am uncomfortable with this spot. And I will not be moving on it. We opened the show with 2 pitchers who just faced each other. We don't know if they're going to face each other, and Lance Lynn and Brady Singer. Has that come on the board? Let's just see if that is now on the – yes, it is. Okay, good. It is Lance Lynn, Brady Singer in Game 1, and it is Martin Heasley in Game 2. But let's talk about the last game on the board, and then we'll go back to the double dip now that we have confirmation and lines. New York Yankees 71-39, 30-24 on the road at Seattle Mariners 59-52, 29-26 at home at T-Mobile Park. Garrett Cole versus Luis Castillo. The last time these two met 5 days ago was a 7-3 win for the Seattle Mariners. Castillo went 6 2/3, 5 hits, 3 earned runs, 1 home run, 8 Ks, 3 walks in his first career start as a Mariner. Garrett Cole got lit up. 6 earned runs, 3 homers. Now on the road, he's got a 4.28 ERA, 222 opponents batting average. Yankees smash righties, Mariners do not. Yankees bullpen 3.02 ERA, 1.15 WHIP, converted 34 of 49 save opportunities. Mariners bullpen been pitching very well. 3.47 ERA now on the year, 1.09 WHIP, converted 29 of 39 save opportunities. Let's take a look at the weather in Seattle. 78 Fahrenheit, 4.3 miles per hour in, dies down to 3.2. It's warm, and the wind not an issue. Let's see what the line history is in this Yankees-Mariners spot. There's been a 5-cent move to the Mariners. From a total perspective, it opened up minus 115 to the over. It's now minus 120 to the under. And we'll take a look at the cash flow. The cash flow has 7,389 tickets in. 71% of the tickets, 91% of the cash on Garrett Cole and the Yankees. 85% of tickets on the over, but just 61% of cash. Interesting. So 15% of tickets on the under, 39% of cash, and the market has moved towards the under. I find that fascinating and appealing. Appealing that people think Garrett Cole's going to get touched again, but the zigzag theory could be in effect. These are two elite pitchers seeing the opponents for the second time. Can't wait to hear your breakdown. Pete, take it away. Yankees, Mariners.
Yeah, well, I didn't have the Yankees yesterday, but I did have the overs. I had first 3 over and first 5 over pretty big yesterday. This one, yeah, I suspect that Cole will be good at least to start. Castillo should be good. I think I already bet the no run in the first inning, and I'd be leaning first 5 under as well. As far as the money line is concerned, not exactly sure. Lean to Seattle, but as a dog, but stronger leans to no run in the first and first 5 under.
Damn, they've moved.
There you go, Eric Jones, over. Eric Jones, love. I had the over yesterday for sure.
I like the under in this one as well, but they've moved that first 5 under to 3.
Mm-hmm. Wow. Yeah.
It's plus 105 to the under. Let's see what Penny is holding it at here. Move over there and get Penny up on the board. Here we go. Penny has a juice to the under full game at 7 at minus 111. And they've got 3.5 at minus 127. And if you put it at 3, it's plus 112. God, that's a low total. That was a low total. Too bad. I think that there's clearly sharp money coming in on the under. Clearly. 14% of tickets, 39% of cash. And this will be playoff type baseball. And that 3 is just too low. I think I need to take that full game under. I can't be in a situation where I only get paid if 2 runs are scored in the first 5. I think the full game under is what Jack Rosenblatt leaning over. Look, I get it. I get after what you've seen from Garrett Cole, but clearly the market is expecting a bounce back performance from Garrett Cole. Luis Castillo had a lot of pressure on him in that first game in the Mariners uniform. Now now there's still pressure, but he's pitching in front of his new fans, and it's less pressure after he pitched well in Yankee Stadium. I could see a really nice performance from both Cole and Castillo here. BLab69 says, I'm with you on the under. I think I can't take the 3, but I will take that full game under. All right, Pete, is there anything you want to make official in this Yankees-Mariners spot?
No, I don't think so as of right now. But at the end of the show, I might throw on both the San Francisco and Minnesota -1 lines as big dogs, thinking that one of them, one way or another, will cash. That's just a thought I had, Jimmy the Bag. Yeah, this one is tough. I made a bet on no run in the first inning, and I guess I won't give that officially right now, but I'm definitely liking that one. The offense might come, but I think to start, Castillo and Cole should have a strong first inning.
Well, let's go back to the double dip. We have confirmation on the starters. It is Lance Lynn versus Brady Singer in White Sox versus Kansas City Royals. This is the lone afternoon game on the slate, 4:10 p.m. And we have a 5-cent move towards the Royals. They've gone from plus 130. So this opened up at 12:37 p.m. So we're talking, 18 minutes ago. And 4 minutes ago, there was a 5-cent move towards the Royals. And there was a 5-cent move towards the under. So a 5-cent move towards the Royals, a 5-cent move towards the under.
And the lineups are out? The lineups are out?
Let me pull this up. Do we have the lineups? Let me refresh.
Yes.
We do. Okay. Let's discuss these lineups here. For the White Sox, Pollock, Robert, Jimenez, Abreu, Vaughn, Moncada, Garcia, Harrison, Zavala. So Zavala behind the plate. For the Royals, Melendez, Witt, Perez, Pasquantino, Taylor, Massey, Prado, Ibel, and Lopez. So, and with just a quick ticket count, and I don't even know if we should bother with it. It seems very minuscule. 731 tickets in, and it's all on the Royals early. 49% of tickets, 96% cash, and 60% of tickets, 86% cash on the under. And both of these pitchers are, oh God, my fucking voice. Fuck, I can't take this. And Noli said Cole was hit hard in the first, but settled in nicely. Yeah, I like the under in that Yankees game. I get my voice cracking like I'm a teenager. Pete, what do you think here with Lynn and Singer seeing the opponents for the second time in 5 days?
All right. In 2022, are we allowed to make fun of people when their voices crack like that? I don't even know. Are we?
It depends what you goddamn say. It depends what you fucking say.
Okay.
What the fuck are you gonna say?
Not to cancel me. All right, I'll hold off. I think that KC is the play here in Game 1, and then probably looking at White Sox for Game 2, when Anderson should be in the lineup.
In that Game 2 spot, Heasley versus Davis Martin, two 25-year-olds drafted a round apart, 13th round, 14th round, not to be trusted here. And when we go to the weather, back to the weather for Game 1, it is blowing in and continues to blow in. I guess I don't. I mean, we are dealing with a pitcher's ballpark, the wind blowing in. Lance Lynn shut this opponent down 5 days ago. Needs another strong start. 8 Ks, no walks. Probably feels good. Probably has, a lot of strength in the arm. Not pitching for most of the year, and he's starting to find himself. And then you have Brady Singer, who's been very good all year long, and neither team hit righties with power. Why wouldn't we move on the first 5 under in the first game, Pete?
The first 5 under. I don't hate that. I don't think it's a great spot for Lynn. Lynn has a lot of volatility, but I certainly don't hate the first 5 under.
By the way, Jedi for Life saying Yanks bats are waking up. Jim, and I think Cole gets hit here. And Cheshire Cat says, I'm not sure you have a great read on the Yanks. Yeah, I mean, God bless you, Cheshire Cat.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna make KC an official play here, Jim. I'm just trying to decide whether I want to take the money line or really stick it to fucking Jose Bouquet and his fucking Kool-Aid fucking clip and take the -1 line at +189. I think there is high volatility anyway with Lynn. I don't even need to run the numbers. I just know that by heart. All right, I'll take KC Game 1 -1 +189 at Pinnacle. That's an official play right there. KC Game 1 -1 +189. Current line at Pinnacle.
All right. You have the Royals -1. Sorry, was that +161?
+189.
+189. All right, locked in. We have a look from our Jeff Slaughter Champions League Rangers team total over 1.5 at -125 from Jeff Slaughter. Is there anything you're looking for in Game 1 that would push you into a spot in Game 2 here with Davis Martin and Jonathan Heasley? And is there any?
Yeah, I mean, Anderson's going to be back for Game 2 because he's suspended for Game 1, but not for Game 2. And then, Heasley is a guy who I've been, successfully fading this year, and we'll probably be happy to do it again. We'll see how Game 1 goes. We'll see what the line is. But as of right now, I'll probably be looking at the White Sox for Game 2. Sure.
With Davis Martin, I don't really want either of these two. I wonder if it's a really low scoring spot in Game 1 if we think these pitchers will get touched in Game 2. All right, let's review all action here on Loshak and the bag. We have our card started on Blue Jays Orioles. Pete has no run first inning at -101, and I will be moving on the first 5 under 4.5.
But Jim, before we do this,
yes,
I will add on San Francisco -1 and Minnesota -1. I'll line shop right now for the best line, and I'll put both of those on my card.
Okay, Pete Loshak is on the Twins.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
And
Well,
Cheshire Cat, don't worry, man. It's no hard feelings at all, man. We're all working together, and we're all trying to become better cappers. And you're allowed to critique my analysis, and it doesn't change anything. You know, we cap together. We're friends, so don't worry. Don't think.
Yeah, like for example, Top Set just posted that Elio Rodriguez. I don't like Pete's looks, and that's okay. Aren't you going to tell him to fuck off? No, that's what we do at this show. It's okay. I love you, Top Set and Elio Rodriguez.
Okay. Well, you line shop for me for the Giants and Twins, and I will add those to your list. But I do want you focused when we go over the birthday picks.
Okay. Yes.
So why don't we line? Do you need help line shopping for these -1s?
No. I can do that myself, Jimmy.
All right. Okay, well, let's review all action, and then we'll lock in those -1s once the numbers are up here. Daniel Hernandez says, why is Loshak in the bag only on Tuesday? I need you Monday through Friday. Thank you, Daniel Hernandez. Yes, we all need more Pistol Pete, Loshak, Loshak in our life. So we get our start card in that Jays-Orioles game. I'm on the first 5 under 4.5. Pete's on no run first inning. Then Pete's on the Braves -1 at -123. Taint play today's Braves first 5 -0.5. And the spreadsheet play today is the Braves -1 at -116. All over the Braves. Then we have Loshak on the Mets -1 at -228. I'm interested in the Tigers first 5 +0.5. But I don't know if I will be pulling the trigger. I may not. Loshak's on the Nats first 5 team total under 1.5 at -125. I'm going to be on the first 5 under. I believe it's 4. Dom plays on the under 11 in St. Louis. The Astros under 4 first 5. Blue Jays Orioles under 4.5. Oh, he's deciding whether it's the Blue Jays Orioles under 4.5 or the Cubs under 4. He wants just 3 spots. Top Set's not trusting Atlanta today. I'm not sure what to do on that spot. I'm going to keep studying it. Rays, Brewers, we have stayed off. Dabby Cab, by the way, he's on the Jays first 5 -0.5, the Astros first 5 -0.5, and the Angels first 5 -0.5. In Rangers, Astros, I'm on the first 5 under 4. Loshak's on no run first inning, and Mike Gamb's pimp slap play today is the Texas Rangers first 5 +0.5. He's 8-4, by the way, over his last 12 pimp slap plays of the day. The under 11 in Cardinals Rockies is very interesting to me, and I'm getting closer to pulling the trigger. Eric Jones, by the way, he's on the Cleveland run line, the Jays run line. Cards under 11, both Sox over 9.5, and Twins over. Then Pete is on the no-run first inning in Angels A's at -143, and the A's at +160. And I'm going to be on the first 5 under 3.5, I think. At -130 is a lot of juice. Pirates, Diamondbacks, we have stayed off. Pete is on the Giants full game team total over 2.5 -144. And what is the -1 line for the Giants?
+208. And I think I'm liking the Minnesota one at +260 a bit more. But yeah, +208. And Minnesota is +260.
Ooh, big lines there.
Yeah.
Ron, you handle everything like you're just such a class act. You're a class act, and I apologize that you had to deal with that abuse. I'm sorry that you had to deal with that, man. You handle everything with you're just full of class, and you lead by example. And okay. So Giants team total over 2.5 for Pete. He's also on the Giants -1 at +208. I'm on the over 7.5 in Giants Padres. Pete's on the Twins -1 at +260. It's a big balls look. And I'm going to be on the under 7 in the Yankees Mariners. And so Don Play says, do you like the Jays under or the Cubs under better? And I guess I like the Cubs under better. First 5. After sitting with it. I mean, the idea that you know, the Bulldog Manoah could get touched for a run or two with the way the Orioles offense is looking is not surprising. And here I'm backing Bradish. I'm betting on Bradish to have a good start. But if he was to get touched, it wouldn't be totally shocking. So I guess trusting the Cubs under a little more is what I would say there. Okay, Pete, it is now time for our boy Briggsy's third birthday yesterday to deliver the goods.
Okay, shout out to Briggsy. My birthday pick for Briggsy, whichever is top set, whatever he thinks is my shittiest play of the day, that will be Briggs's birthday pick for his third birthday. No, I guess I'm just half kidding there. Let me see, Jimmy the Bag. I don't know, man. San Francisco team total over 2.5 minus 144 looks very, very tempting, doesn't it, Jimmy the Bag? I mean, even if Musgrove throws 6 shutout innings out of nowhere, it's still not dead, right?
Yeah, I see why you like it, and it's funny that's your spot because I'm starting to really like that over 7.5
in San Francisco.
Yeah,
and I'm liking the San Francisco team total over way more than the -1 at plus 208. I almost doubled up on the first 5, 1.5 plus 100. I mean, Musgrove's not an auto fade right now, but I think he's pretty clearly overvalued. And now here you go, top set tailing my birthday play. I could really put him on both sides of the same game if I wanted to. No, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to. It's so Jimmy the Bag. Oakland has got to have value as such a huge dog, right, Jim?
The Sharps are all over him, and they've been all over Caprillion starts of late.
They have, huh?
All over them. Like this last 5 or 6 starts, and he's been lights out in all of them. All the big bets have been coming in on Caprillion.
All the big bets coming in on Caprillion, huh?
Mm-hmm.
All right. You know what? I don't know, man. I think Top says take the Twins. Yeah, that is very tempting there. But you know what I'm going to do? I think I'm really kind of liking KC in game 1. And this is after all, a birthday pick for a 3-year-old. So who cares, really? It doesn't really matter. No, it does. Shout out to you, Briggsy. I hope you have a great life, great birthday. I'll make KC Royals game 1 -1 plus 189. The official birthday pick for Briggsy. But win or lose, Briggsy, you're already way winning in life. Matty Ice is your dad. Shout out to you, Briggsy. Happy 3rd birthday. Hope you have a great single digits. And then after that, hope your teen years fucking kick ass. After that, who the hell knows? I apologize for the world we're leaving you. But until then, have a great life up until about 20 years old. Have a great 3rd birthday. Happy birthday to you, Briggsy. 3 years old today.
Yes, I also love our guy, Briggsy. My birthday pick or parlay, really, I'll let Pete do the birthday pick for our parlay. And he's got the parlay is Royals. Royals -1, game 1. My favorite look on the board is now the over 7.5 in the Padres-Giants game. Yeah.
Seems like a good play. I don't know, Jim, in my COVID-addled mind here.
Jamal says you guys really don't believe Musgrove can hold San Francisco. Look, if the Giants scored 3 runs in this game, you would say, wow, Musgrove held San Francisco, and you cashed. So it's just that the team total is so low. Musgrove has not looked good of late. I mean, it was a poor start. Is he feeling any fatigue with 120 innings under his belt?
Yeah, I mean, he might, at home, giving up 6 runs to the Rockies. Excuse me? Maybe he's going to bounce back here, or maybe he's just a little bit cooked for the year. You know what I'm saying, Jim?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that there's a bounce back in him, but he may need a little bit of relief here. He may need to skip a start or something because, he's showing glimpses of Cy Young ability. Matty, I said, plus San Diego's primed to break out and score some runs.
Yes.
Nutflash says, Oh, not just are we on the Giants game? We've capped it, but we would desperately want to hear your thoughts
Yeah.
on it.
Nut Flush, I'll tell you what I did. I made the Giants team total over 2.5 at minus 144. That's full game, not first five. 2.5 minus 144 in official play. I also threw on SF -1 at plus 208, just because I do think there's high volatility here for both starters and offenses. That's what we did, Nut Flush, Alan. I hope you agree.
And I'm on the over 7.5. So please tell us, but I haven't bet it yet. So tell us what your thoughts are on it, please. Nut Flush Allen. R2D2 alert. R2D2 alert. 3-team parlay in the under 20 for Czech money line, Finland -3.5, and USA over 5.5 goals. We have a 3-team parlay. The Czech game starts in 45 minutes from our guy R2D2 Finland. I'll put this here. The friends and family parlay here. Here we go. I have enormous belief in the capping of our producer, young Jose Lamb Chop Bouquet. Oh, Jose Zinata, one whole Bouquet. And I want him in the friends and family parlay badly. And I don't care that he's been struggling of late because it's your full year numbers that are who you are, Jose. So Royals -1 for Pete. I'm on the over 7.5 in San Francisco, San Diego. And what are you adding to the cause?
Well, I'm glad that you've finally come around on the friends and family name, because it truly is friends and family every time. And we only allow friends and family in the parlay. So watch out, Bruce Shad. I'm just joking. I mean, I think we all be fools not to include the fucking Atlanta Braves. And funny enough, as I mentioned, Bruce Shad, he's on Red Sox first 5 money line, which makes me laugh a little bit. But yeah, Braves, I'll call it full game because I don't believe in this Red Sox squad. Rays full game. I've got -160. I'm sure we can line shop for a better line. But this Red Sox team fucking sucks.
All right. The Braves. Oh, Jesus Christ.
You're getting brutalized by your voice. Just absolutely. I've never seen, like, this is a 10-8 round right now. 10-8 round. Jimmy's voice box just obliterating him.
That was bad, man. Braves. Okay. Yes, I hope to get better. We can get you -153 over at Pinnacle. -153. All right. So, Pete, for the friends and family parlay, do we need the Royals -1 for it for the big?
No. That's a different one. So, what are the two sides that you gave?
For the friends and family parlay,
Yeah,
the Braves -153 from Jose. Now we did cash our last one +522.
Mm-hmm.
San Francisco, San Diego over 7.5 from me.
You keep reminding me of bad memories when you say that, Joe. I'm not gonna lie to you.
You know, you bet it.
Yeah, I bet it. I want it to be on the record. I want to give it out to the boys as well, and the female cappers out there. I want to give it out to them so we can all parlay and cash together.
Oh, I know.
Because we're friends and family.
So, Pete, what are you adding to the friends and family parlay?
So you have two. Can you add on a? You already added on the over with the San Francisco game, right?
Yes, I did. That's my my.
So I got to add a third leg here.
Yes.
Yeah, I could just add the Mets money line, which would be pretty funny. Let me see. What could I do here?
I would get a little bit of a laugh out of that. I'm not gonna lie. I would laugh at that.
Oh, really? And you know the main reason I do these shows is just to make people laugh. But
I say the same thing.
Are you allowed to add on no run in first? Can you parlay that?
Yes, you can.
Some books will let you, some books won't. Yeah. Oh, geez. All right. Okay.
We've put a lot of pressure on Pete. You know, parlays make people shake and quake, but the people love parlays, Pete.
Throw on Angels Oakland no run first inning.
All right. LAA Oak no run first inning. So that is the 3-team friends and family parlay coming off a winner on Friday. LA Oakland no run first inning. San Francisco San Diego over 7.5 and the Braves money line. Just put it in and go to sleep.
What was yours again, Jimmy?
The over 7.5 in San Diego, San Francisco. Put it in and go to sleep. And then when it cashes, it's party time.
Plus 404.
Plus 4.
Well, and that's on Bovada, and I've got minus 160 as the Braves. So, obviously you can get better odds, but plus 404.
God. Just want to sit back.
I needed some of these in my life after the morning I've had. Have you ever noticed that lady just got her arm wrapped around the female from the previous picture? What kind of relationship is that?
How did she get in here? She's too young for this.
She's, I love how Pete just mysteriously goes quiet in all this. He just silently
Well, because anyone in the future, if they try to cancel me by being on this show while this is going on, I just want to say that what's going on right now, is problematic and not acceptable. This right here is not okay. That right there, that not acceptable, problematic, and not okay. That is funny though, DJ Big Boss, but it's still problematic, not acceptable, and not okay.
Shout out to DJ Big Boss. You just forgot about Rue McClanahan here?
That is also actually, why would that not be acceptable? Problematic.
Very acceptable.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. The Rue McClanahan one, that is okay. That is acceptable, not problematic, and completely okay. That I'm gonna have to consult my advisors before I officially make a comment.
This
is extremely acceptable and not problematic and beautiful and very okay.
I'd say I love it. It's my favorite thing we've done here.
Yes, definitely.
Just a reminder. I like Jimmy's silence joy of just going through all these right now. I like it. I mean, whatever we need. Jim, I'm just not worried about your voice box for the rest of the week.
Don't talk about my box. There you have it. There you have it. Thank you guys so much for...
I miss that guy. I miss that guy. I miss that guy's stash.
Very nice. Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
I didn't know that guy. I only knew that guy for like a couple of days, and then I met the other guy. But I miss that Pete.
All right. Well, I think that we've got Jose out of his.
I'm still a broken man. No, I'm still broken. It took me a while because everyone, if you were watching Say Hey Plays yesterday, you'll have remembered that Jimmy told me he had more bad news for me, and he told me it before the show, and it took me a while to fully process, and it's processed to me now. So now I'm at I'm just at the grieving stage of the seven whatever the fucks, and we're down bad over here, but it's going to be a better day. I literally can't get worse than yesterday, so it's going to be a better day with Ian Cameron today at 5:30 Eastern, 4:30 Central. The real question is, Jimmy, I've got a question. When are you gonna introduce? When are you going to announce these lovely football editions?
Very, 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 very soon. We just need a couple more. We just all need to be on the same page, but we are so close.
Are you just not talking because you don't want your voice to crack? I can feel it.
No, not at all. Enough Lashawn saying, what can you get on the San Diego team total over?
I know. So I just saw that. So I'm like, God, the over's got to be. If that's how he's thinking, got to be a good bet here. The over, both teams.
Yeah, I like that over 7.5 too. If you wanted that team total over at Penny, you would get the Padres at. Wow, you know what? That over looks like it's moving towards the under. The Pinnacle has that over at plus 102 now.
Johnny Gunn says it dropped to 7.
And the Padres team total is just 3.5.
Wow, I'm gonna wait then. I'm gonna wait till I get that 7 because I haven't got it yet, but it's certainly moving in that direction.
What is going on with this game?
That makes me nervous. Okay, there you have it. Thank you guys so much. Oh, by the way, Joe Yurkovich on the Twins plus 1.5. Rays team total over 3.5. Cleveland, Detroit first 5 over 3.5, and Pittsburgh Pirates first 5.
Pete, I've got one more question for you.
Mm.
How are we feeling about just a classic Dodgers money line? Just eat the juice, Pete. Just gotta just take it all. Maybe we fuck with the little minus 320. I don't know. How are we thinking? Because
minus 1 at plus 260.
Yeah. Pay attention.
Yeah, he said it just to. I think that was just a spite bet, just to say fuck you to the Kool-Aid man.
Oh yeah. Uh-oh. Huh?
If these things all cash, you're gonna have to make another video, and I just want to see.
It'll be you with dogs, just a bunch of dogs around you. You'll be like Caesar Milan. You'll just be teaching dogs how to sit and stuff. And I think. I will say this, Pete, you mentioned it. Maybe your presence on this show won't get you canceled, but your presence on that clip with Pete Rose will definitely get you canceled. So you got to watch yourself there with which baseball players you associate yourself with.
I hear you, man. Just doing my best here in 2022. Brooklyn, New York. Shout out to all low baggers, and shout out to Slaughter, and shout out to fucking the entire Pub Sports Radio family. Hell yeah.
Yes, that is perfectly put. Thank you guys, all of you, for rolling with us. Matty Guy says, easy on my guy, Pete Rose.
Easy on Petey, man. He was not easy on that 16-year-old girl he had sex with or whatever it was.
Well, she says she was 13 and 14. He says she was 16.
Well, again, he wasn't easy on her then. So shout out to Pete. Just remember, I think this is a real quote. I think he told someone after that question, he was like, how many baseballs do I need to sign to just make this go away? 1,000 baseballs? 1,000 baseballs to get this go away? I got you, dude.
Thank you guys so much for rolling with us. Let's get that fucking cash today. Jose, great job producing. On behalf of all of us here at Pub Sports Radio, we have no show without you. Thank you guys so much for your support. Big show for Jose at 5:30 p.m. Eastern. Babano will be the host. Don't forget Sharpie Prize Picks at 3:10, and we have Daily Sesh at 6:30 with Taylor Mathis. Let's get that fucking cash. Let's get that cash. Let's get Leche. Hey, Los Bookmakers!